Hey, Bob, you're watching Dolly Vision.
The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, king of beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Mock the truth while live on air light. Jumping up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast. So unreal. YouTube madness, like, share, subscribe. Cats on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing? Shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, king the beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
What is up, YouTube? It is Dolly back in the house again tonight. All right. I'm just getting word that there have been some remains found in Tennessee. Now, my producer is going to get me that information because I'm just getting word as we started this live that they have recovered some remains in Tennessee. Now, at this time, I don't know who those remains belong to, but we'll dig a little deeper into it in just a little bit. Tonight, of course, we're discussing Summer Wells, Sebastian Rogers, Michael Monkey Vaughan, Melodee Buzzard, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, all the top cases of the missing people right now in the true crime sector. So if you're into true crime and you're a true crime junkie like me, you have made it to the right place tonight. Now I'm praying to God, that we get some answers for these missing kids. And you know what Dolly says? Where's the baby? Where's the baby? And, when they find remains, I want answers, but at the same time, I don't want it to be one of these kids. That is so horrible, but it would bring closure to some of these cases. And I think really that's what we need, because a lot of these cases have been going on too long. But if you're just tuning in, there's already 630 of you in the room. I'm going to need you guys to do me a favor, please, so I don't have to say it a bunch tonight. I'm just going to ask one time nicely. Will you guys please just hit the like button? It's easy. It's free. It only takes a second. That helps us in the algorithm. We're trying to reach 100,000 people by the end of 2026. And we are 19,000, a little less than 19,000 away from that. So I can't reach it without the help of each and one of you guys out there. And if you're super cool, share my video on Facebook or a Facebook group that deals with true crime or something like that. It helps bring in new people to the chat. All right. And of course, if you haven't subbed up and you're out there watching, please sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and feel free to share my ugly face on any social media platform that you choose. All right. Now, I got to give my warnings because we're talking about people that haven't been convicted of a crime. Yet. Keyword. Yet. That don't mean they won't be. It just means at this time they haven't been. Okay. Dolly Vision is for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact. Do your own research, people. It's just my opinion, completely satire. I am going to open the panel tonight. If y'all want to come up and join me and discuss these cases, you're more than welcome to. And if nobody wants to come up, we will open the phone line. So those people's opinions are theirs and theirs alone. Also, everyone is innocent to proven guilty, and that means each and every one of you out here watching tonight. And the biggest one, and who knows what I'm going to say? Who knows? Don't try to be Dolly at home. It's dangerous. You could end up with man tits and a DoorDash driver. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Okay, that's what I said. Turtle Bits, thank you so much for your super sticker. And guys, we have a goal. When I hit 10 super chats, I am giving away this brand new Dolly Vision True Crime hat tonight. PJ, is there any word on the remains that were found in Tennessee before we get going?
No, the article that shared it is News Channel 9, and I went there to see if there was any type of update or video. And I don't see a single thing, but the description of this area is heavily wooded area, like from the looks of it and from what they're showing, it looks like drone footage. It's pretty remote. But no, there's nothing.
But it's not in Hendersonville or it's not in Hawkins County.
Deep in the wooded area off of Secotachie Mountain Road.
Secotachie Mountain Road. I can't even say it. I can't even say
County.
It. Can you also put this on subscribers only? It won't give me the option to do it for some reason. Yeah. And okay, so it's no word of who the remains are. It's just remains found in Tennessee.
It's rumored that it's a female.
Rumored that it's female. Kid or adult?
I don't know. I just had somebody message me that.
Okay.
Follows.
Okay. So as we find out more about these remains that have been found in Tennessee, of course, we will let you guys know about
300 miles from Hawkins.
300 miles from Hawkins County.
And this person in chat says it's closer to Chattanooga and that they work 15 minutes from there.
And they work 15 minutes from there. Okay. So it's closer to Chattanooga. So the chances are it's not Sebastian Rogers, and especially because Sebastian's a male. And of course, it's a little too far away to be Summer Wells. But, you know, we have a lot of people. We have Holly Snap missing from Tennessee. We have Layla Santinella missing from Tennessee. And I mean, they're more the Hawkins County area. And of course, there's people missing all over Tennessee. But them off the top of my head, them are the ones that I can think of.
Lisa's in the chat asking if you got your saw blade. We don't check our P.O. box very often. It's probably just sitting in our P.O. box.
Yeah, it's probably sitting in my P.O. box, and the post office is probably like, why does this man have a saw blade in his P.O. box? But we will go to the P.O. box this week, guys, and I will check the P.O. box. All right. So I guess I'm going to start this with what I wanted to talk about in the Sebastian Rogers case. Moonlight, thank you so much for your super sticker and welcome on the Blessed Express. You ain't blessed unless you on the Express, right? That's when you get all the good luck, is when you get on the Dolly Express. Make sure you get a window seat. Put on your seatbelt because it could get a little bumpy tonight. It could get a little bumpy tonight. Anytime we're talking about some of these cases with these missing kids and parents that don't act like normal parents, the ride gets a little shaky, okay? So, you know, I was just thinking back, you know, about lies that Chris and Katie have told, you know, and basically partial truths and adding the stories. Like, you know, in the beginning, we heard them say they heard a thud and they didn't check on it. And then the internet kind of said, well, who wouldn't check on your kid? That's a terrible mother. She didn't even check on the child. And then she came back in her next interview and said, well, yeah, I heard a thud. And he hollered out that I hollered out to him, was he okay? And he said, yeah. And I love you, Mom. I love you, dogs. And that was a night. And she continued to read Melissa, thank you for being a member for 11 months. So it wasn't so much that she lied, it's she just added to her story because she knew she was taking heat on the internet, right? And just like, we heard an interview from Katie just the other night on Sebastian's birthday, where basically it was like, I don't know. I would have to say, James, thank you for your super sticker. Welcome to the Blessed Express, brother. I like that hat you're wearing. It looks kind of like the one I'm wearing. Thank you for rocking your Dolly gear. That's awesome. So,
how can you tell? Such a small picture, but you can't read the person's name on the super chat.
I can just see it's a black and white hat like mine. I can see the hat. Plus, I seen it earlier, I think. So anyway,
it's a camo hat.
She added, it's a camo hat?
A camo Dolly Vision hat.
Okay, I couldn't see that far. I just knew it had the same writing as mine.
Didn't I just get you a bunch of glasses?
Yes, reading glasses. That's 7. The TV's 7 foot away. The damn TV's on the other side of the room. How am I supposed to be able to read that far?
You were reading super chats under other people's names. Like there was like a Christy Thomas earlier, and you were like, Christy Thompson.
Well, I try my best, guys. Dolly should be Dolly Bad Vision, right? I have some glasses, and I probably need to get me some new ones because I have reading glasses, but reading glasses ain't going to help me here because the TV is so far away. So I need to get me another pair of glasses, and maybe I'll order some. It's the same prescription. I just need to get a new pair.
They have to renew it though. If you have waited, like it's every 2 years for glasses prescription.
I think I got a pair last year, didn't I? Remember Tiff ordered them for me.
No, I remember, but did you just get that prescription for those? Because if you didn't, then they'll need it's 2 years that they keep your prescription active.
Okay.
For glasses.
Well, what I wanted to touch on
Dolly Double Vision.
Dolly Double Vision, right? So one of the things I wanted to touch on tonight, definitely, is a lie that they told the greatest true crimer in the world. Now, you may be thinking, Dolly, they lied to you? No, they lied to Aunt Nancy. All right, they lied to Aunt Nancy. We heard Chris Proudfoot tell Aunt Nancy that, he would take a lie detector test with Hendersonville PD, right? The sheriff first, before he could take a lie detector test for Nancy Grace, right? And then when he took that, he would come back on to Nancy's and he would take a lie detector test for the world. Now, Nancy has world-class people that do her lie detector test. The one that was done on Seth Rogers was done by a former FBI that was really familiar in conducting lie detector tests. And we know Seth Rogers failed the first one because he fell asleep. Now, I don't know how you fall asleep taking a lie detector test, because it seems like you would be a little like, I got to take this lie detector test, right? They may think I'm guilty if I fail it, and then you just nod off. So he took a second lie detector test, and apparently he's passed it. But, some of these things is if you're under the influence of medications, I ain't going to name the medications, but let's just say nerve pills, okay? Things people take for anxiety, to where you would be calm if somebody ran in and shot the person next to you. You would be like, oh, right? So some of these anxiety pills are pretty strong, and they'll keep you calm no matter what. And you could walk in there and ace. Maya, thank you. Hi, Dolly and PJ. Where's the baby? That is the question we're asking.
You're confusing people every time you do the goals, because the goal number keeps track of it, and you're literally just doing your own thing. And people were like, but the goal's not met yet, and you're just counting the number total when the numbers still has 5 left last time you did it.
Well, yeah, it's 10 $5 super chats.
And I'm telling you, the last earlier today, or the last one that you did, it literally still had 5 left.
I know, because it was set up at 15, but I do it at 10.
Oh, well, you're getting people confused because they're like, you haven't even met the goal yet. What are you doing? And I was trying to explain, because the last time that you did it, you did count the actual number to add, because people don't realize when the goal is set like that, you can't do it. Like, you see, you got a super chat and then a super sticker. The super sticker didn't count on the goal, but they were both for $4.99.
Oh,
the super
okay.
sticker doesn't count, but it's still technically $4.99. So, like, I get what you were doing, but a lot of people were confused.
Okay. Well, I'll make it up as I go. This is the Dolly Show. It's my rules. Okay. I go by my rules, not YouTube's. I go by my rules. And what I've been doing is every show I have been giving a hat away to one person. Whatever hat I wear that night, I give away. And it's my new thing. And I'm going to be doing this nightly is just whatever hat that I wear, I'm going to give it to somebody in the show. Right. So every night there's basically a giveaway. Right. Every show I do, something to be given away. I kind of like that concept. So we're going to run with that. But what big thing was they lied to Nancy. Love the show. Merry Christmas, says Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. We love you guys. Thank you for being here with us. And if y'all are tuning in and just getting here and you're late, shame on you. But like the video and we won't hold you responsible. Okay. It's like bringing a note from your mother when you hit the like button. We let it slide. It's an excuse tardy. It's an excuse tardy when you hit that like button. So why didn't they ever go back on to Nancy? Right? Why didn't they go back and take that lie detector test with the former FBI agent that gives them for Nancy? Now, I did go to CrimeCon last year, not this year that just passed, but the year before that, and Nancy was there. I got to spend some time with Nancy. Nancy is a cool chick, right? She is super humble, same person you see on TV. And I got to speak with her on Chris and Katie Proudfoot. That's what me and Nancy spoke about. And I told her, I said, I've been down here in Tennessee searching for Sebastian Rogers. And she said, oh, you have. And then, how Nancy's eyes get big and her eyebrows are like, just like on TV, right? And she's like, them people right there are liars. That's what Nancy told me. Now, Nancy is the greatest true crime person to ever do it, right? I'm number 2. Maybe 3. Okay. I'm in the top 5 at least, damn it. Okay. At least in the top 5. But Nancy, when Nancy says it, it's legit. Okay. It's legit. You guilty as hell, according to Nancy. Nancy don't trust you. Nancy said you're a liar. Because they didn't come back. And Nancy basically had them like shaking in their boots in the interview. Does anybody remember the Nancy Grace interview with Chris and Katie Proudfoot? Nancy is a lie detector. There you go, right? I agree with that 100%. So, and I thought Nancy went easy. We got 575 likes and over 1,000 people in the room tonight. Y'all better hit that damn like button. All right. PJ ain't gonna get me nothing for Christmas. I'll be Christmasless. Santa Claus don't come see me unless I get 1,000 likes. That's what she said. She's like, you get nothing for Christmas. You can't even get 1,000 likes on your damn video. You suck. Okay. And I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. But anyway, Nancy, when they came up there, they were scared. They were kind of trembling. Usually Chris Proudfoot, when we hear him on the internet, he likes to go on women's channel where he can control and overtalk people and be this big, tough little man that he is, right? He does that to women, but you don't see him go up on no man's channel and try to run all over him. We've seen him go up on a guy's channel and it didn't go the exact same way as he thought, where he could control everything like he does on women's channel. And that's why I believe they go on these channels that will pat them on the ass like a baby. Like they'll sprinkle a little baby powder on their hands and they'll rub it on them real soft and just pat them on the butt. Like, and just won't ask them anything tough. But they didn't have that energy with Nancy. And Nancy's a woman, but she ain't just any woman. She's the woman. And so I wanted to go back through this, right? And, because these days, Dolly's becoming a behavior panelist expert. Like behavior to me is the most telling, or lack of behavior, right? Things you should do, but you don't. Things that you don't do that you should. Behavior tells a lot. Sometimes it speaks louder than words ever could. And I'm just one of these people that when I see red flags, my red flag radar goes off, because I know most normal parents wouldn't act like this. You know, your child goes missing, you would be a little more concerned, a little more emotional. And we don't really see, you know, in the same thing. And I can almost duplicate this for Malaya Brooks in the Jack and Lilly case. We don't see no emotions from these people. If we do, it's giggling, right? Giggling. You know, she tells these stories, Katie Proudfoot, just like she did the other night. And she'd be like, oh, he had such a smart, witty attitude. And she laughed, right? But she was talking about her son a lot in past tense. Right now, why is she talking about her son in past tense? And one thing I hate, guys, I absolutely hate this. And you may be on the same page. 400 more likes, people, make it happen, and we'll hit 1,000. All right, 400 people, let's do it. Let's do it quick, so I ain't got to say it all night. We can get to the action. All right. One thing I hate when people say is, we won't give up on you, Sebastian. We won't stop searching. But yet we haven't seen these people put any public searches together. We haven't seen these people ask the community for help. We haven't seen these people try to get up on mainstream media anymore. Katie, now this is the biggest crock of BS I've ever heard. She said the news don't want to cover it because of all the drama. If that wasn't the biggest lie I have heard this year, okay, listen, the news covered the bullshit dog stuff with Dog the Wannabe Hunter, okay? Hunting kids now, can't find one, all right? I think he's messing up his hunting record. Remember when Dog was 100-0? Like he catch every fugitive in the world? Now, if Sebastian had a warrant on him, Dog would find him, okay? But since he's not wanted with a fugitive, Dog can't seem to find him, or ain't really looking, because I think Dog called him Billy and called Seth Sean. Didn't even know their names. The media did all that. Every time they up that fake reward, I think now it's $100 million if you find Sebastian. Every time they up the reward, they would cover it. The news even brought on the bullshit intelligence agency. Covered it. Seth was out riding around in a boat talking about this is a recovery mission. They covered it. Okay, TikTok Tony's over there in his only green shirt that he owns. They covered it. Okay, they went and covered the prayer vigils. They went and covered the thing at the ice cream shop the other night, right? But she has the nerve to say, oh, they don't want to cover it. And I got so much hate when I called BS on Dog the Bounty Hunter, right? I think there's some people out here that owe me an apology. But when it comes time to apologize to Dolly and say, Dolly, you right. The reward was bullshit. Dog was bullshit. The intelligence agency's bullshit, right? And people are like, oh, you don't know nothing. These people are going to solve the case. You don't do nothing for missing kids, Dolly. Where are them people at now? And I hate to be like, hey, people out there that said that shit to me. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Now, I don't want to say I told you so, but I damn told you so, right? I look at my batting average. Look at my bat. I don't come up here and lie. I don't come up here and kiss these people's asses for views and clicks and be like, oh, Dog is the greatest. Oh, hell, yeah, catching fugitives 30 years ago, right? And maybe, you know, when you go up on a missing kid case and the first thing you do is plug your book and don't know the kid's name, you either see now or you just trying to get some publicity so you can get on the news to talk about your book. And shame on that man for doing that stuff. We need proof of life on TikTok Tony. No, we don't. Okay, because he might pull out his wang. If you see a little wang slither across the screen, we know TikTok Tony is alive. Now, back to the whole Katie basically lying and saying the media didn't want to cover this, right? Praying Sebastian is found. Just Joe 26. Thank you, Just Joe. 33 months. You've been a member here. One more month and you will have been here no, there's 36. 12, 36. You got 3 more months and you'll have been here 3 years. All right. Thank you so much. My counting ain't what it used to be. All right. So to say something like that is because you didn't want to get in the media. Right now, in the beginning, Katie was talking, but she was tripping up on things and people on YouTube were catching it. Then, of course, Katie shut completely down. Completely down. She went almost a whole year until Sebastian Rogers' last birthday. Okay. Last year on December 7th, she came out and she talked. She did an interview, and according to Seth Rogers, she had a lawyer with her present at the television studio to make sure they didn't ask her anything that would be her have to explain herself, right? And of course, Duchess had Katie Proudfoot on the channel, and she might as well just marry her. I mean, it was bad. They basically just totally kissed Katie Proudfoot's ass, right? Just kiss. You the greatest, Katie. You the greatest. We love you. You can't do no wrong. You the greatest mother in the world. Let's spread awareness for autism. But they didn't one time ask her, hey, why was you trying to get rid of your kid? What was he doing so bad that you wanted to get rid of him? Why was you trying to put him in a home? Why was you letting Chris beat on him? Why was it that you wanted to send him with Seth? Why was you letting this man throw his toys away? Why was you letting your son be talked to like a dog? Why wasn't any of those questions asked? Because these people didn't want to ask those questions. Because they know Katie wouldn't come up on their channel if they got asked the real questions. But my thing is this. If you ain't going to ask the real tough questions, why ask them anything at all? Why kiss somebody's ass that may be a suspect in the disappearance of a small child? For all we know, we don't know if this lady unalived her son. We don't know if this lady is a Leilani Simon. We don't know if this woman is a Megan Boswell. We don't know if this lady right now is like the lady that cut the baby out, the lady in damn Michigan. We don't know who this woman is. You know why we don't know who she is? Because she haven't given us enough to know who she is. So you come out and speak when it's, why don't you just go and answer the tough questions? I agree with you, Dolly. Thank you for agreeing with me. So at least somebody does, right? We can't cuddle suspects in a case. And listen, nobody in this case has been cleared. Let me repeat this. Nobody in this case has been cleared. Now, I ain't got no evidence that these people have done anything wrong, right? But their behavior says so much and is so damning and so telling that it almost blows my mind. Now, I know that the sheriff down there in Hendersonville, I mess up a lot of these places in Tennessee, they start to run together. Hendersonville think the same thing. The detectives gotta think the same thing we do. Now let's do a vote, because we do votes every time we talk about this one. And I just want to see if you people believe that the parents have something to do with the disappearance of little Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I want you to press 1. Okay. And if you think they don't have nothing to do with it, press 2. And if you're not sure, press 3. Okay. 1, they got something to do with it. 2, when we first started doing these votes, it was a lot of mixed votes where people didn't believe the parents had anything to do with it. But if you look at the votes now, a year and a half later, Well, here's a 2. There you go. There's one person. So it says, but out of about 1,200 people, you got one person that thinks you innocent. Okay, one person out of 1,200 people think you're innocent. Now listen, I have my suspicions, and I think I have my suspicions rightfully so. Melissa says praying that there answers for all the missing. Melissa, I hope you're absolutely right. I hope you're absolutely right. Listen, I'd much rather these kids be found than to sit up here and be talking about them, honestly. All right, because I could be eating popcorn and watching Netflix. But it's important to spread this awareness, to get it out there much as we can. Somebody has to continue to talk about some of these kids because I don't want them forgotten about, right? And you would think, well, nobody will forget these kids. Shit, people get forgotten all the time in this world. You only hot for a minute, and then boom, everybody just forgets you, right? And that's a sad situation. And thank God for the people on the internet that have been talking about Sebastian, because this would have been went cold. Same thing with Summer Wells. For the last 5 years, so many people have kept the pressure on Hawkins County to do something about Summer Wells that we're still seeing them actively search and raid homes in the Summer Wells case. That's because of the pressure from the internet. Now, this is one good thing about the internet. Now, listen, the internet's terrible about spreading misinformation. It is, right? Everybody's going to have their suspicions of different things, and sometimes those suspicions are wrong. That's one of the bad things about the internet. But one of the great things about the internet is we can get the word out fast. We can spread this word all around the world. And we put so much pressure on the police to do their jobs that they keep it going instead of shelving it, right? You start talking bad about the police not doing their jobs, and then they start to, they hear that. They have a whole cyber unit that watches these videos. We heard Ronnie Lawson in this say that, hey, we got people watching every interview on the internet that these people do. So, like when Fred Hill comes up and does an interview, or Jody Sue Brown, or Don and Candace, the police are watching that. Okay, they got internet too. You think the police don't got YouTube? I had so many police come up to me in different places and go, Dolly, I watch you on YouTube. And I'm thinking, damn, that ain't good. Because me, I ain't a big fan of the police. I ain't never been. I came from the era where it was F the police, right? And so I've never been a fan of the police, but when police start coming up and saying, hey man, I watch you on YouTube. So the police are watching, and these are just basic beat cops, but they're watching. So these homicide detectives are going, okay, let's see what the word on the internet is, because it's just like when you investigating a case and they go out and they start talking to people on the street trying to get information. Well, the new street is YouTube. The YouTube streets, they're patrolling, right? So you can believe that investigators listened to Katie the other day, right? They listen to Seth when Seth comes up here crying and boo-hooing. They listen to that. And, they're holding a gathering February 26th, the exact same day that Sebastian Rogers went missing. Now they're holding this at the police station or the sheriff's office. Now, hopefully, I don't know how many of y'all seen Seth the last time he protested outside the sheriff's office with the psychic lady. It was pretty sad. It was pretty sad. Listen, I don't agree with everything Seth does, but I felt bad for Seth, right? I was like, man, everybody that was supposed to be Sebastian's army, from Bullhorn Betty to TikTok Tony to the dude with the makeup that looks like a corpse and a monkey. Anybody know who that person is? All these people abandoned him, jump ship, not there for him when they needed, right? Seth needed everybody when he was standing in front of that police station, and he was out there with a skeleton crew. It was sad. It was sad to see. Where's the support for Sebastian Rogers? Now, Seth put a bad taste in a lot of people. Tumbleweed, little hair plug, okay? At hairplugs.net, right? What's your YouTube channel at sign? Hair plugs, okay? They did it. The chat room encouraged it. I mean, I wasn't talking about one specific person with a monkey and hair plugs and corpse makeup. Like a Western movie, just shit blowing across his head. Woo! Okay, all right. So anyway, where were them people at? Okay, the monkey didn't even show up. Okay, the monkey. He could at least had. You could have loaned the monkey to Seth. Seth could have been there holding the monkey. The monkey at this point got hair plugs, okay, and makeup on, right? And a dress, and there's a boy monkey, okay? It's a boy monkey with makeup on and a dress. Steph holding it and shit. We want justice. We want justice, right? We didn't even get the monkey, okay? We didn't even get the monkey. It's true. It is absolutely true. All these people that were supposed to be there for this man, they left him high and dry. I guess the Tesla was out of gas, okay? He couldn't get in his Tesla. The monkey driving the Tesla down the road, right? Couldn't do it. The Tesla was out of gas. He didn't know where his power plug was. He forgot his charging block. I don't know. I'm just saying, I didn't see no bullhorns, right? Where was the bullhorn? The batteries are dead in the bullhorn. Boop, nothing. So, the producer's stomping. I hear it.
You got this one person in chat upset.
Who did I upset?
Why you gotta do this? Justin is a good person, Dolly.
Did I say anything about Justice? Justice? Who?
I can't.
That dude is horrible. Okay? Listen, if you got to get a better reader about reading good people, if you believe that. All right? I don't want to upset you. I'm not trying to offend you.
I'm out. See you later. Bye.
Listen, we'll see you next time, okay? Buy that man some hair plugs for Christmas. All right, anyway. Hold on, I'm trying to do some Krama.
I will chop you in the stop it.
I'm trying to do some Krama. It's been a while since I did Krama. Okay. I just wanted to see how it felt. Next, I'm gonna talk bad about Brittany J. All right. So anyway, the whole crew was gone. It was a sad situation. It was sad. And he was out there basically with him and a psychic woman. And Dolly, I don't even believe in psychics. So that was really out like you're out there by yourself, right? The monkey some diapers. All right. Okay. Oh, please don't. All right. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody. If I did, you got soft skin. You must be using Dolly lotion. Okay. You must be using Dolly lotion and you got that soft skin. I can understand. So anyway, the more of this is February 26th is the 2-year anniversary of Sebastian Rogers going missing. I don't care if you hate Seth Rogers. I want to see people out there, especially my Tennessee people. I want to see you guys out there supporting Sebastian Rogers. Now, you don't got to support his family if you don't like his family. It's about Sebastian. It's not about Seth. It's not about Chris or Katie. It's about this little boy missing. Okay. All the joking aside, I want to see people out there. I want to see the police knowing that we care about Sebastian Rogers and that we want answers for him. I mean, I don't agree with Seth and his friends and his choice of people that he likes to entertain himself with, but that don't mean I don't care about this child missing. And I want to see people out there. All right. You can wear your Dolly shirts, but I want people showing up February 26th to support this little boy and the police hear it. Okay. Not just Seth and the one psychic lady. I want an army of people out there. I want a team Sebastian. I didn't see that this last time. So I'd like to see that this time. And I want to see just as many people out there as we had at the Dolly eat and greet. Okay. We had an eat and greet in Tennessee, and 100 people showed up. If 100 people can show up to eat dinner with Dolly, all right, I think there should be at least 100 people out there for Sebastian Rogers. Okay. If I have to show up myself. Now, listen, if I show up, it creates drama, right? Because these people, don't like me because they don't like the truth out there. Some people can't handle the truth. And I've always shot straight from the hip with you guys and told you who was good in this, who was bad in this. And I've been 100% right. There's nobody in here that can tell me I'm wrong, except for the one lady that left and said, I can't believe you talk about Justin. Okay. I didn't even know he was alive. Okay. I didn't. He looks like a dead corpse with hair plugs and a monkey. All right. I didn't know. I thought RIP, that guy. Okay. Is he alive? It's like watching Tales from the fucking Crypt. I don't know. I don't know. Right. So anyway, sorry to offend to one person. You got soft skin. You got soft skin. You have every right to go there. You have searched for him several times. I know, and I'm not saying I won't go. But what I'm saying is I don't want to create drama. These people try to be mad at me about something they don't like that I said, and then it takes the attention away from Sebastian. That's why I haven't showed up to any of the prayer vigils, because these prayer vigils, they made it. Remember the last one? They made sure that they were like, oh, it's open to everybody, but it's not open to everybody. When I started saying I was going to show up and that I was there, y'all remember that? And I said I was wearing a mask. I never went. I was just trolling them to see their reaction, because they kept saying that, Chris and Katie was welcome. Oh, Dolly's welcome. Everybody's welcome. But when it came down to it, no, he wasn't, because there was people there that they knew would clash, right? Like Chris and Katie can't show up when they got, they're taking out protective orders against Betty. They're not going to show up. So to make it be like everybody's welcome, Amputee Life, thank you so much. 1016. Thank you for the donation. That is awesome of you. Big thank yous. Melissa McCoy, thank you so much for being a member. You just become a member too. All right. Well, thank you for joining up. That is awesome of you. So, they made it like everybody was welcome, but they wasn't. And, we still haven't seen, like I said, I don't always agree with everything Seth does or the people he hangs out with. One good thing I do like about Seth is he keeps spreading awareness. He's horrible at searching. Okay. He's only searched, according to him, 4 times. And that was under a deposition that he said he searched 4 times. But he's constantly trying to spread awareness for his kid, which I appreciate that, right? I think that's a good thing. I wish, and a lot of people are like, well, what's your problem with Seth, Dolly? I just want him to search more. I've never really had a personal problem with Seth Rogers. That's why I felt bad from in the beginning when I seen him out there and I flew down to Tennessee to volunteer my time. But this is before the case was even big. Like when nobody cared, Dolly cared, right? And when we were down there in the beginning, it was just me, JLR, and Trev Lee. Right? Everybody else was late as shit to the dance. They showed up, but they were late, right? They were just late to the dance. And Amputee Life, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, that's great. Thank y'all for supporting Dolly in the calls and being here with me and liking the videos and all that good stuff. So a lot of people were late to the dance, and Seth has done a good job about bringing awareness, right? Getting on the news every chance he gets. He'll occasionally do an update on his channel, merchandising for Sebastian, right? When nobody else was doing that. Chris and Katie wasn't trying to put out awareness hats and shirts and different things. Some people say, well, that's just Seth trying to profit, right? But these things need to be out there. Don't matter if he profits or not. He's the father of the child. These things need to be out there. There needs to be shirts and hats and bracelets and all these things so people can represent this kid, because it takes a community to raise a child, and it takes a community to find a child. Now, of course, Katie did this Duchess interview, and she's like, "Oh, Duchess, I want you to design something and put it out, and I guess they're going to pick a charity or something." And well, ain't there already somebody that's doing that? That would be Seth Rogers, right? So to them, their big fight with Seth Rogers this whole time, this is what I feel like, has been over Seth making money. All right. So the reason they want to put out shirts is so you don't buy Seth shirts. Okay. Now that's where it gets a little battle is going to pursue, right? Like, because you got Seth, the one out here actively spreading awareness for the child, and then you got people that I really don't look like, and publicly that don't look like they're doing anything for the child. All right. So it's one of those situations. But I did want to share this video, and this is because I just want you to see how they acted, their behavior, how nervous they were to be on Nancy Grace, right? Now, some people say, they're on TV, that makes you nervous, right? They're like, no, not nervous like this. So let's jump into this.
Wait.
Hold on.
I found well, someone in chat pointed it out, but I had been reading it from earlier in chat. But there's a couple of people that were asking about the body found, and this article actually has a little bit more information.
Okay, update on the body found in Tennessee, guys.
The article's body found by landowner in Marion County woods.
Okay, so a landowner found a body.
State investigators and authorities in Marion County are collecting evidence after human remains were found in the woods north of Jasper. TBI had few details to offer on the probe, but prosecutors believe the death was a homicide.
Okay. Yeah, most people don't walk through the woods and just drop dead.
Right.
Okay.
That's true. A resident found the remains and reported the discovery to authorities. Sheriff Ronnie Bo Burnett said via phone, "We were alerted by a guy who was a property owner who was walking his property and found a body." Burnett said, "We still haven't identified the person yet. The man's age is unknown," he said, "and an autopsy is pending to determine his identity."
So it's a man.
Yes.
So they found a man dead in the woods, north of Jasper County.
The death is believed to be a homicide. Assistant District Attorney Steve Strain said in a phone interview, the body had been out there for some period of time, but it wasn't skeletal. It's a male, and according to the medical examiner, they think they would have weighed about 150 pounds.
Okay, so definitely not none of the people that we've been actively searching for.
There were some tattoos visible still.
Okay. So he hadn't been there long if he still
had tattoo, but I mean, it's cold.
Yeah,
so
that preserves a body. Yeah, a little bit.
DNA tests are being performed, and basically that's it.
Okay, so they're doing DNA to see if they can figure out who the body is, but it don't sound like it's anybody that we're been actively looking for here in true crime missing kids cases. So I guess that's good news, right? I know that a lot of us think that, I trigger warning, guys. Let me tell y'all this. I don't think Sebastian Rogers is with us anymore. Okay. I honestly don't. That's my honest to God opinion. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Now, let me ask you guys, let's take one more vote. If you think Sebastian is an angel, okay, which he looked like when he was alive, a little angel, 15-year-old angel, I want y'all to press 1. If you think Sebastian's still alive, I want you to press 2. I just want to see where you guys are at. And sad as it sounds, I'm going to have to say I think he's gone. Just like these ones here. I think Sebastian's not with us anymore. He hasn't been seen. There hasn't been no sightings. He's a 15-year-old. Well, he's 17 now, but 15 at the time he went missing. He went missing barefooted with no jacket in 30-degree weather. I just don't think he would have survived out there. And I think it's foolish to think he did. Like, they didn't hide this kid. They didn't ship him off to Alaska. Like, this kid is with Jesus.
I keep telling you, you need to go over Occam's razor with your whole chat because it's usually the
Occam's razor,
Occam's razor, whatever. Same thing. Tomato, potato, potato. No, but I mean, I feel like
it's usually the obvious of the choices, right?
I don't know if we all are, as women, watch too many romance novel killing spree movies or something, but some of the stuff that we come up with collectively is crazy.
Women are usually pretty good at true crime because would there be a true crime sector if it wasn't for the wonderful women of YouTube? There's very few men that are like Dolly or like Vinny. You know, this yard right here is controlled by women. True crime is a woman's sport, and I'm just in it. Thank y'all for letting me be a part of y'all's team, ladies. Okay, because I know this. True crime is ruled by women, and look at the goat of true crime is a woman. A bunch of women. You got Nancy Banfield. And the list goes on, right? So women rule this space, and I'm just glad y'all let me play in y'all's backyard, okay, and be part of the team. But yeah, definitely. That's how I learned about true crime was from my mama. She used to read these murder magazines when I was a kid.
Used to watch Murder, She Wrote, and Matlock.
Yeah, I mean, she would read these they were like these romance mystery true crime books.
That's why I just said romance.
And they had a magazine, and then they had these little bitty books. They were like small books, and there'd be like different like love stories where somebody murders somebody and it's a little bit of a mystery. They were kind of like what kids probably shouldn't be reading, but you know, when she leave them around, I'd pick them up and be like going through them and stuff like that. And of course, you know, growing up watching Cops, and I used to watch Quincy with her, which was like an autopsy show, and which is basically your forensic pathologist. And there was a bunch of different true crime shows I would watch with my mother as a little kid. Because, you know, when you're a kid, you ain't got no control of TV. So you just got to watch what your parents are watching. So I grew up on a lot of true crime stuff. Now, I stumbled into true crime, but outside of this, I've always been a fan of crime. Even before I came into true crime, I was doing crime, but crime that entertainers were committing.
Matt said he started with Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo? Yeah, I think a lot of kids, I think that's a good way to get kids into true crime. I wish there was more men. I know there's some fellas out here watching, but I wish there was more, right? That more men would be interested in true crime. Because let's just say, like, when I'm not on live and I talk to some of my friends and I'm like, yo, you hear about this kid? And they're like, no, don't care. You know what I'm saying? I just bought me a new transmission for my Buick. You know, they don't give two shits about true crime stuff.
When is the last time you called any of your guy friends and asked them if they heard about any case?
I talk about the Bubs about cases all the time, and he ain't never heard of none of them. He just don't watch true crime. A lot of people don't watch true crime.
My sister doesn't watch true crime. Remember when we were live and I called her to ask her if she knew who Brian Koberger was, and she was like, huh?
Yeah, your sister. The neighbor, when I talk to Oliver, I'm always like, hey, man, I'm leaving town to go cover this case. Have you heard of it? And I'm like, nah, it's like it's all over court TV and TV. They'd be like, no, you never heard of it. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't give two shits about true crime. All right, let's get back into this.
Monday morning, 6 a.m. From everything we can tell, that is the moment that Sebastian's mom and stepdad realize he's gone. For just one moment, imagine that. You go in your child's room where you find your child every single school day morning, and you wake them up, but at 6 a.m., he's not there. Can you imagine what must have gone through?
I'm glad she said that. Remember Katie said, I went in there and woke him up, but he wasn't there? Well, you can't wake up somebody that ain't there. But she did say that. Now, that could be a slip of the tongue, right? A slip of the tongue. Also, I'm going to post a link to get into the StreamYard if any of you guys want to join me tonight. Now, here's the rules of coming up live. In the backstage, you have to show yourself so I know that you're a real person. Don't worry about how you look. I don't care, right? And then once I see you, you can turn your camera off and come up here as a thumbnail, just like this. Watch. Boom. See how my camera turned off? You can do it just like that. You don't have to show yourself, but I have to see you in the backstage just to know that you're a real person and you're not going to like porn bomb the channel or do something crazy, because sometimes there's trolls out here. This is the link. Mods, copy this. So if anybody wants to come up, they're more than welcome to. Mab has jumped in the back already. All right, I see you, Mab. Hold on. I'll bring you up. What's is up, Mabster?
Just chilling, eating a little bit of ice cream.
Oh, Lord, not the ice cream.
It's a cardboard.
Oh, okay. No banging bowls. Awesome, awesome. So we're going over the Sebastian Rogers stuff tonight. You know, we've been going pretty hard this week on Summer Wells, but we didn't want to leave Sebastian out, especially seeing he's just had a birthday. And, you know, there's some new things going on with, you know, far as gatherings and Katie speaking out. And you want to give your take on this whole case there, Mab?
Sebastian case?
Yeah. No, some dumb random ass other case. Yes. Sebastian. Sebastian.
The last person that saw that boy knows a hell of a lot more than they're saying. Okay.
Now we got to know the last person to see that boy was his mother. Allegedly, you know, they went out to that Texas Roadhouse, which I went to Texas Roadhouse tonight, and there ain't a time that I go in Texas Roadhouse that I don't think about Sebastian Rogers. But we went there tonight, and you know, a lot of people suspect that he may not have made it home from that Texas Roadhouse, but I believe he did, or unless because his clothes were accounted for, unless somebody took his clothes off of him on the way home and did something with him. I believe he did make it back to that house. And once again, the FBI and TBI have confirmed that the lights have nothing to do with the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers.
The mystery lights?
Yeah, the mystery lights. You know, the one that Mob Channel has been looking at for like 9 months. they don't have nothing to do with the case of the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers.
I think Sebastian left in a vehicle out of that garage.
I think, in my opinion, I would think that's more likely that morning when she took off and didn't call the police, and there's no way to account for where she was at, because, you know, they actually called the sheriff's office, which doesn't record the call
conveniently,
and it don't track the location. Like if you was to call 911, 911 instantly pings your location just in case you hang up. Like if somebody's breaking in your house and you just dial 911 and you hang it up real fast, they're coming to your house. They know where that call originated from, and they're coming no matter what. They're coming quicker when you hang up because they think
it's very purposeful on the Proudfoot's part to do that.
Yeah. Do you know the number to the sheriff's office?
Hell no.
Neither do I. Okay. Neither do I. So who's sitting around with the number to the sheriff's office
on speed dial?
Yeah. Like we had a situation the other night. Like I spoke about somebody knocking on my bedroom window in the middle of the night, and I live in the
I heard about that.
Yeah, and we dialed a non-emergency number, but we had to look up the number to dial it. We didn't know the number, you know? So we looked up the number, and because we didn't feel like it was an immediate threat. We just knew it was, you know, some people in our backyard. And plus, you know, like I said, we're protected here. So it wasn't like we were super scared, but we were a little worried, I guess would be the thing, because we didn't know what was going on outside of the house. But But like I said, yeah, we had to look the number up. You don't just know the number. And then there was things that were said that didn't make sense, Mab. Like she says, they say, well, Chris, they told them that the police were on the way. They said they were on a 3-way. So Chris tells her, hey, go back to the house. The police are on the way there. Well, if she was on 3-way, she would have heard that the police were going there.
Yeah.
And why would he have to tell her? And, so when they pinged the call, it pinged to Mississippi when he was at Yogi Bear, and it don't ping to her location. So there's no way to know where Katie Proudfoot was at that moment. She said she rode up to the school, right? But do we know that to be absolutely true? Because listen, we know the police only search a 5-mile radius. How long does it take you to ride 10 miles in a car? 10 minutes?
If you're going 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, 10 minutes, right? So you can go 10 miles up the road in about 10 minutes and be back at the house in 20 minutes. And now that kid is out of the search perimeter.
Yep.
I think these people know more about true crime than they're letting on.
I think if it was an accident and a cover-up or a purposeful situation, they had some help with the evacuation of the boy.
Possibly. It could have been a handoff.
Yes.
Right? Because, there's people that are alleging that the Bowersox were in the area that morning. But then again, the Bowersox have said that their cameras on their house can prove they wasn't in the area that morning. But
I call them the sour socks.
The sour socks. But yeah, I think that 3-hour phone call is very telling. I wish we had a way to see their phone records to see how long they talked previously. Like if every call they did was 5-10 minutes, and then this night you have a 3-hour phone call. I think
I
that's
want to see the statistics.
Yeah, how long they usually
all
talk
of their
on the phone.
phone history over a couple of months and see how they talk.
Yeah, because I think this 3-hour phone call is.
All right, hold on. All right. Are we good? What happened? I'm going to go out and come back in, okay?
Okay, I am back. What happened to Mab? Did Mab jump down? We can hear you, but not Dolly. Okay, what happened to Mab? Did we lose Mab? Now they're all gone. No, I'm back. I'm back. It's my internet. I think it's these solar flares. PJ keeps blaming it on at nighttime. I don't know how there's solar flares at nighttime, but maybe there is. I don't know. He jumped out. Okay, he's back. All right, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Well, yeah, if I go down again, just hold it down till I get back because it's my internet.
All right.
So where was I at? I forget where I
was. We were talking about, the 3-hour call.
Oh, yeah, the 3-hour phone call. Yeah, I think that something happened. I don't know what, if it was over medicated, like, because Seth said that. And where would Seth get that at in his mind? Because, he passed on a lie detector test saying, what do you think happened to him? And he said that he thought she over-medicated him. Had she over-medicated him in the past, or given him too much medicine before? Because we know he didn't take any medicines for his autism. He only took medicine to help him sleep, according to his father.
Okay, so that's, something to look at. I mean,
yeah, he has that in his mind for some reason. I don't know, because he's going to know Katie a lot better than we are, and he says Katie can go from 0 to 100 when she's sipping and tipping, and a lot of people can. You know what I'm saying? Is this a situation where Katie got home and started to sip and tip, and maybe accidentally gave him too much medicine, and then when she went to check on him, he was gone or something bad, or he had failed? And
I think as Sebastian got older, he became more and more difficult to handle. And Chris did not like that situation.
Yeah, so you think whatever happened was purposely?
Well, I think there was an ultimatum given at some point. That's why they probably planned to hand him off to Seth. Because I don't think Chris, and CPS was involved too, so we don't know if Chris was even allowed to be there with Sebastian.
Well, Chris said that he wasn't banned from the house.
Okay.
He said that on a channel. I've heard him say that he didn't go there because he's been busy at work, but he wasn't not allowed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
That he had been there earlier that month, like around February 2nd, at the very beginning of the month, and then he hasn't been home since then. But it was because he chose not to, not because the social services said.
How long of a drive is it?
3.5 hours from where he was to his home.
So he didn't come home on weekends, huh?
He didn't come home on weekends. He was out living his best life at the Yogi Bear.
Sipping and tipping with his.
They seem like I know he drinks a little bit. You can tell by his anger issues, or him when he comes up on the internet late at night and he's talking with people. You can tell sometimes he's drinking. I can hear it in people's voice when they're drinking. They get that little slur to them, and I've heard him sober, and I've heard him, with a slur in his voice, so I know he's drinking. So, and of course, when you're drinking, you're going to get a little angry a little bit quicker than you would, completely sober.
Yep.
And the bad thing about this is if Seth would have took Sebastian like they wanted him to in the very beginning, we probably wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
Yeah. I agree.
And then the fact that Seth couldn't, that's what I think they decided to come up with something else. They were like, okay.
Couldn't he?
Well, he said he had work, and he was trying to get him into school and stuff like that. And he was going to let him finish up the school year.
Right.
And then the following summer, he would start school with Seth. And then Seth was working so much because, he's a correctional officer. Let's be honest. Yeah. Correctional officers don't make no damn money.
Not a lot.
Yeah, they ain't living the best life. They're probably lucky to make $30,000-$40,000 a year.
Unless they got a side hustle with the inmates, you know what I'm saying?
Unless they're putting cell phones in their butt. I'm saying? Unless they're doing something like that, then I'm just saying they don't make a lot of money, especially to risk your life. Even police officers, let's look at our first responders, police officers. Mm-hmm. They make shit to put their life on the line every day for everybody. That's why they're such heroes, because they do it for, what does a cop make? $43,000 a year?
They should start at $100K at least.
I think so too. I think a police officer job should be $100K. I would strongly agree with that. I think it's one of those jobs where you could die doing it. You putting yourself, police make $80K on up. No, the hell they don't. I have family members that were police officers, and they didn't make that kind of money. So, I mean, if you work nonstop overtime, you work in Chicago, you might make 80K. I don't think you make that anywhere else. Not
And
true.
a lot of cops do a side
85K.
hustle for security,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, at bars and shit.
Okay, the best way to do this is let's see this. Yeah, that's why they all work security guards at Walmart at night, because they make so much damn money. All right, let me just ask Google real fast.
Alexa or AI?
I don't have my phone on me, so I can't ask AI. AI would tell us. Okay. Nationally around 72,000.
Wow.
But most cops make between 40. That's when you've been a cop for a long time. Most cops make around 41 to 50K in Norfolk. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying a cop only makes 41 to 50K in Norfolk. Some cops in major areas of high crime can make up to 61,000 to 90,000 in some areas. Entry level police officers make around $42,000 to $45,000.
Not a lot.
There's some cops in Virginia top earning over 90K. Okay, that's a little surprising. Now in my city, they make $50,000 a year.
I don't know how much they make around here, but we got a pretty mellow county. I'm in is pretty mellow.
So I guess that depends on what city you're in. But let's say a correctional officer ain't even making that. So I would say Seth is lucky if he's making $35,000 to $40,000 a year. Are them my actual seeing glasses?
Yes.
I don't think they are. Are they?
Yes, they are.
Are you positive? No. These are some different glasses. These are reading glasses.
Those are.
Oh no, I can see with these.
I told you.
I can see.
I was rocking some Dolly glasses today.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I can see a little bit better with these. These ain't. I don't think these
red ones.
Oh, I got to get some more sunglasses made.
Yeah, red and white. That's what they were.
NYPD makes 140,000. Yeah, but would you want to be a cop in New York? I mean, that's good money, I guess. Damn, I should have been a police officer. I didn't know they made that good of money. That must be recent.
Man, they got a lot of equipment, though. You see those cops, man, their torso's about 2 feet thick.
Well, yeah, they got
radios and tasers and weapons.
Yeah, I'm sure that's bad on your back. You know what I'm saying?
And all kinds of shit going on.
It's a dangerous job. That, and, you know, I believe, like I said, I believe they should be paid every bit of that. Because it's such a dangerous job and you're putting your life on the line for that job. And I'm sure you work your ass off because, you know, they got long hours they got to serve too to make that type of money.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's jump into this video a little bit, man.
Their minds. First of all, I want you to hear what his bio mom, Katie Proudfoot, says. Listen.
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something because he did that sometimes.
She's already showing some body language there by rocking.
Yeah.
3 minutes in, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, I can't find him.
You got a tight sphincter in there.
He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not in the house.
It's giving gifts! Why are the people I love so hard to shop for? How? Because they only make boring gift guides. Should we make our own gift guide? In partnership with Marshalls, where premium gifts mean incredible value? It's happening!
Can't find him. Where is he? And in the last days, we learned that the official law enforcement search is actually scaling back. This as TikTokers and YouTubers are flooding the area, conducting their own searches. Listen to Eric Craddock, Chief Deputy, Sumner County Sheriff's.
Really wanted to come to the community and ask for your help. We need you to search your properties every day, morning and night. If there's a shed or a crawl space or up under your mobile home or a tarp that's in your yard, check it every morning and check it every night. Look for any details that something has been disturbed. If there's a shirt that was there today that wasn't there yesterday, notify us. You can really help us by searching your own property twice a day.
That picture right there is that hill right there. When you go up on top of that hill, it's the construction area. That is the hill that leads adjacent to their neighborhood. Because I've been in this area myself. So I reckon
like a power line easement.
It is. That's what they cut. I think that's why they keep it cut like that, is because of the power lines. But these power lines, like if you're pulling into a neighborhood, this is in the very back of their neighborhood.
Right.
Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, and we really need your help to ensure that he is brought home safely.
We are trying to determine what happened when this young boy, an autistic young boy, seemingly walks out.
How's it going? Guilty of crime. Good to see you.
Out of his own home in the middle of the night, we think barefoot. How did that happen? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on Sirius XM 111. We've read a lot online. We've seen a lot of theories, a lot of speculation. But let's start with what we know to be true.
Okay, somebody asked, do they have bears in that area right there? I would say no. It's pretty like neighborhoodish, residential right there. I
wouldn't think so.
I mean, it's possible, I would say, but highly unlikely that you're going to find a bear in that neighborhood, right? Like I've been out there searching a bunch of times all through that area, right there where they were showing them pictures. I never seen a bear. You know, I was all in the woods. So, I mean, I ain't saying a bear is just going to run out and be like, hey, Dolly, I'm over here, right? But I would say highly unlikely that he was taken by a bear.
Yeah.
Joining me right now, an all-star panel. But first, I'm going to go to two special guests joining us, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. This is Sebastian's biological mother and his stepfather, who were in their home with Sebastian when he goes missing.
I mean, we have bears. Everywhere has bears, but these bears are not going to be in your average residential neighborhood like that. Okay. Like
bears in California.
Yeah. I mean, there's bears. Yeah. There's bears everywhere. I mean, it's possible a bear could come into the neighborhood, but the chances of that and the bear being in the neighborhood at the exact same time that Sebastian went missing, maybe the bear knocked on his window and said, hey, Sebastian.
Well, if a bear got him, there would be evidence.
Do you want to join me and we'll get some picnic baskets? You know,
because you know how
them bears like them picnics, Yogi the bear, right?
Yeah.
Be in the neighborhoods looking for picnic baskets.
A bear will usually bury its kill.
And you would have drag marks and blood, and you would hear him screaming, and when he's getting attacked and mauled.
Proudfoot, thank you for being with us. I want to go straight back to when Sebastian goes missing. Miss Proudfoot, I understand that the day before, which would have been Sunday, if I've got the information correct, that you guys went out, you went to dinner, you went to somewhere, I believe you said BJ's, where he had a, quote, colossal popcorn. Then you came home that night.
Okay. This right here, I think Sebastian got into an altercation inside that home with a certain person, but did not run for his life, but did not run for his life out the door without shoes or anything else except his black sweatpants and sweatshirt. I mean, it is possible that he could have got into an altercation and ran out the door. And Katie's not saying, you know.
It's also possible she over-medicated and he hit his head in that soft spot that he has.
Yeah, and that might be the thud. And I think she didn't mean to mention that thud, but she just kind of slipped out.
Freudian slip.
You know how sometimes your mouth works faster than your brain.
Yeah.
And she slipped up and said that. But it's possible that they could have been fighting and she screamed at him or something. He ran out the house, but then he would have been on the neighbor's cameras and things like that. And he wasn't. So it's almost like he vanished from that house, not like he ran out. And there's a camera that sits directly across the street from the house that points right at their house. So we know he didn't go out the front. They allege he went out the back, but I think he went in that vehicle in the garage. And Nancy thinks the same thing because she's going to say, where was your car parked that night? And she'll say inside the garage. And Nancy's eyebrows stand straight up.
I've heard Chris say that Sebastian pulled a Houdini.
Yeah, and just vanished.
Yeah, that's his words, Houdini.
I thought Houdini was an escape artist. Right? So why did he have to escape? That sounds like he was a prisoner if he was chained up in a straitjacket. Like that's what Houdini was known for, is an escape artist.
Throw him in the river in a safe and they'll come out.
He also said he could take a punch from any man. And a guy punched him in the stomach in a bar and I think ruptured his sternum, and that's how he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He would flex and let you hit him, and he said he could take a punch from any man. But this dude walked up in the bar and he wasn't like prepared, and the guy hit him and it ruptured his sternum and he died.
Damn.
And around 9 p.m., you tell Sebastian to go to bed. He says, okay, and goes to his room. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Real Amazon customer reviews. Performed.
He's already showing some questionable body language.
I think so too.
That night, I understand from previous statements you've made that you.
And you notice they're doing it from the camper.
Yeah.
So they're in Mississippi at the time they do this interview. She's with him, and you can see that's the slide out in the camper. See the shelves
after the Joe Dirt episode.
Yeah, this is when she fled to home.
Yeah.
And look, not one tear in her eye. She ain't been crying. Short legs, thank you. It looks like he ran out of the house. I'm a little suspicious of the dog walker so late at night. Okay.
Yeah. What time was the dog walker?
Like, I don't know. That's some of that SF investigate stuff right there. Yeah. I don't believe nothing that dude says. So I think he's a fucking ambulance chaser. That's my personal opinion, allegedly.
You went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
It is.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before or after?
No, ma'am. We went to bed around the same time because we were on the phone together.
And please excuse any of my questions. I'm simply trying to find out more about that night. Do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
He wasn't actually in the home at all that weekend.
You were not home.
No,
okay.
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep.
And what were you doing in Memphis?
Working.
Where do you work?
I'm currently was working at the St. Jude Children's Hospital construction project.
He says he don't know if he has a job. Listen to this. He says he was working. He don't know if he had a job.
I remember that.
Remember, he don't know if he has a job. But then Katie goes, well, I had to come here because I wanted to be with my husband while he was working. I thought he didn't have a job. Yeah, he was just lying here.
He was trying to play victim.
Yeah, like, oh, this has cost me my job. When he never lost his job.
No.
Yes, I'm very familiar with St. Jude's. You said you were working there. Are you no longer working there?
Right now, that's up in the air.
See, that was a lie.
You've been gone ever since Sebastian went missing. So I understand. When you are home, do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a 3-bedroom home?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your room as it relates to Sebastian's room?
It's on the opposite end of the house. The master bedroom's on one side, and the other 2 bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Okay, so your master bedroom is on one side of the house and Sebastian's room is on the other side of the house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
They look like
Now,
robots.
you have a third bedroom that I believe you keep for your other daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Um,
Come on, man.
is that Faith? Is your other daughter named Faith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where is Faith's bedroom as it relates to Sebastian's bedroom?
It's in the back side of the house. Sebastian's bedroom
So
on the
it's-
front side of the house.
Okay. So his bedroom is away from Faith's bedroom and away from your master bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Sebastian's room on a top floor or a ground level?
We have a ranch style house. It's a 1.5 story. So everything is half
1.5.
or flat, and then you have the bonus room above the garage.
Okay. So his is on ground floor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That morning, was there any sign of a break-in through a window, a front door, a back door, a sliding glass door, anything at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No sign of forced entry. Was anything taken from the home at all?
Not that we could find anything. We couldn't find anything missing.
I want to circle back to Sebastian's shoes regarding.
Look how she looks down. She don't have no tears in her eyes. You know, you're talking about her missing kid, and this is fresh. This is when this first happened, and she's just so emotionless.
They both look like robots to me.
Like,
yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and I don't know. It's just so odd.
If anything was missing, do you have a burglar alarm?
Yes,
No.
they do.
Do you have a Ring doorbell cam?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
What do you do
Have
for
the
work,
two of
Katie?
you taken a polygraph?
I have.
I have not.
Would you be willing to?
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, and I was told directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts, I did not need one.
You're a liar.
I understand. Miss Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
I did.
Okay, so what do you think about that, ma'am? She passed a polygraph.
Polygraphs, you could pass them. I could pass one because all you do is have one question in your mind, and it's a yes or a no. Like, is my wall blue? Yes. And you have it in your mind already, so you replace your question with their question. So if they ask you something, you replace that question with the one you already know you're going to say yes to.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I took when they asked me, he said, Dolly, do you ever lose? And I said, no, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. And I passed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, they're easy to
They're
pass.
like, you're right. He's telling the truth.
And they can't be used in court, so they're not,
Yeah, everybody acts like you pass a polygraph
And
that
what-
you're in.
And what were the questions?
Stacy Wandra passed a lie detector test, and he's sitting in jail right now for first-degree murder in Fruitland, Idaho, for killing Michael Monkey Vaughan.
These polygraphs need to be videoed, and they need to be shown so you can see what the questions were and what the answers are, and
Yeah, have you ever curled your hair? Yes. You know what I'm saying? You do your makeup in the morning? Yes. Did you have anything to do with the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers? Can you repeat that question? I don't know. I don't trust it. So many people, they think just because you pass a polygraph, you got to be innocent. I mean, that's just an investigation tool. That don't mean it's somebody's opinion if you passed it or not.
I've never seen a couple have more. These two have the most bizarre behavior for a couple who has lost an autistic child that they claim to love and would give their life for.
But they were trying to put him in a home and get rid of him.
Know.
You know, I mean,
they're already trying to get rid of him.
Yeah. So are they thankful that he's gone? Is that why they're not crying?
They are.
I mean,
living the best life now.
I mean, they were living a good life before. Like, and here's my thing. Like, if you look back at their history of them and the pictures and everything, and I know it's hard to judge by pictures, but they look like they were a happy couple and a nice family at one time. And then something changed.
When
something
he was
happened.
younger, probably true. He was less of a problem, probably.
And you just think he started having a, difficult time with Chris, and that's what.
Yes.
And I don't think Katie is. I don't think Katie
would have a hard time with Chris. Any kid.
Everybody acts like Chris controls Katie. I guarantee you this. I think Katie wears the pants in the house.
Think so?
Yes.
She could probably whip his ass.
I think she acts like, just so quiet and everything. I guarantee this woman can go from 0 to 1,000,000, cuss you out, scream, tear shit up. Right?
We know what her upbringing was like. She's probably got some.
She got some ginger in her. All them gingers are crazy.
Yeah. Red on the head, fire in the bed.
I'm just saying she's probably a little cray, and she does that. Oh, don't say nothing because some of that craziness will come out. I think she's more stronger, warm-willed woman than she's former military too.
Yeah.
Is she just quiet little old mouse woman? Hell no! I guarantee this lady goes off.
I don't know how to put up with this Chris Proudfoot though. I don't
She's used to running stuff. Look at Seth. He was like a
puppy dog.
Like a housewife. She worked, she made the money. He was the one cleaning the house. She ran the show financially. So I don't think she's as innocent little, oh, poor me woman that she makes herself out to be. I just don't. I don't buy it.
Those questions out of the way. Was Faith in the home when Sebastian went missing?
No, ma'am.
Does anyone else have a key to your home beside your immediate family?
No.
No, ma'am.
That night, Miss Proudfoot, at midnight when you went to bed, what did you do until midnight?
I had been reading a chapter that I needed to, and I had been talking to my husband on the phone. I was falling asleep on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put the dogs up and go to bed, and that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
Where do they sleep?
It's giving gifts! Why are the people I love so hard to shop for? How? Because they only make boring.
Where's the monkey?
That's what I was thinking when I seen these dudes.
That's what I was thinking too.
Where's the monkey? You're a trip, man. Oh, where's the monkey?
And
a pen, is it inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside.
With you, man.
That reminds me of another question. Do you guys have a motion sensor light or lights on the outside of your house?
Yes, we do have lights on the outside of our house.
Did they activate that night?
They're not.
Because I'm not on my right channel. I only pay for premium on one thing, and I'm on the wrong one. If I switched it
so
over,
you got commercials.
Yeah, because I have Dolly Vision Investigates and I have Dolly Vision, the channels. Dolly Vision Investigates, I pay the premium on, which I don't know why. It should be opposite. But on this one, on Dolly Vision, I don't have the premium. So when I show videos, I show it from my Dolly Vision Investigates, and it don't have commercials.
You might want to buck up for some premium, Dolly.
I got premium on one. How many accounts do I need it on? Like on my TV? Yeah, I know. I use it on one, but I pulled it up on the wrong channel. Now I could go like this and go to the timestamp and copy this and switch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that real quick. Okay, we're at one. Remember this. We're at 9:47. Okay,
9:47.
We're at 9:47, and I'll go over here and I'll close this. I'll copy this.
We don't have to see Monkey Boys anymore.
Yeah, we'll do away with the commercials real fast. All right, let's. Okay, I can close this now. I can go over here, put this in. Yeah, we won't have commercials. I just pulled it up on the wrong.
February 26th, Monday morning, 6 a.m. From everything we can tell.
Okay,
here we
sleep
go.
on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put
No
the
more
dogs up and go to
commercials.
bed, and that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
Where do they sleep?
Now, here's the thing. This kid gets up in the middle of the night, right? And he goes out the door, but the dogs don't bark.
I don't think the dogs would bark because the person is a
They
known
know 'em?
person.
I don't
Yeah.
know. My dogs bark at me back here in the room. Anytime I make noise, them damn dogs bark.
Depends on the dogs, I guess. My dog
Even
won't
when-
bark unless there's somebody he doesn't know outside.
Even when I'm outside, the dogs will bark at me. Like when I'm coming up to the house, they're at the door barking. Like if they see me go out the door, they won't bark. But as soon as I get outside and they hear me outside, they'll bark. So I would think them little dogs bark at everything, man. You got a
What
bigger
kind of
dog.
dogs are they?
They got Pomeranians.
Is that like a poodle?
It's like a little hairy dog. They're cute little dogs. They're expensive, but they bark at everything. All right.
They have a big pen.
A pen, is it inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside.
Oh,
That
you're-
reminds me of another question. Do you guys have a motion sensor light or lights on the outside of your house?
Yes, we do have lights on the outside of our house.
Except we unscrewed
They
one of them.
activate that night.
They're not motion censored. We have lights.
Were they
but not
on that
motion
night?
censored.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Were they on that night? So the lights were out the whole night?
Yes, ma'am. We don't typically turn the floodlights on.
Were there any lights outside the house on at all?
Just my little solar lights that we have.
There's
Yep.
two lights on the side of the house above the garage.
Yeah, and one of the floodlights were missing.
Yeah.
The floodlight that faces the garage. I mean, I noticed that when I was at their house.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that the
One
floodlight,
light that would have helped was
was gone.
missing.
Yeah, and that was weird. I thought that was weird too because all the other lights worked, but and
Conveniently.
the bulb was completely gone. Now you would think if the light blown, you would get another light, go up there, change it, and there'd be a light there. But
Yeah.
why go up there and take it out if you're not going to put one back in it? So it was just gone.
That's premeditation right there.
That's what it sounds like to me. If they had planned this, then that would make sense. But if not, it was just a blown light bulb, and we're overthinking it.
Or if it was an accident and they over medicated and then they were going to do what they were going to do and they went out there and unscrewed the light before they left or did the handoff or whatever.
Well, she didn't leave till that morning, so it would have been light outside when she left. But
Was there
that
a
don't
ring
mean.
camera that went off every time a car pulled in or out of that driveway?
Well, there's a camera across the street. They would have caught her leaving at night, so she didn't leave during the night.
You
So-
think that ring camera would have activated just because the neighbor's car leaves or comes home?
Possibly. I'm
a
not,
lot of
and
them are
depending-
not set.
like, everybody don't
supposedly.
have rings. Some people have Arlos. Some people have Blinks
Yeah.
or whatever it's called. There's a bunch. There's like 50 different camera companies, so it's no telling which one they have. Now, my camera, it takes 3 pictures and videotapes a little snippet.
My cameras won't even activate unless you're within a certain distance of the house. Like it ain't gonna pick up no cars going up and down the street.
Yeah, mine won't do
Or
that
even
either. It don't pick up cars going down the street.
Right. So it wouldn't pick up anything across the street.
I live on a private road, so it damn sure ain't picking up nothing. I mean, it may pick up my neighbor, but people are not driving up and down my road. And if they are, then it's going to be really suspicious.
We got traffic in the morning and at night. You know, people coming home for work. Like right now, there's no cars going down the road.
And I'm about to put these things I seen just the other day. They're these sensors. You can put them in your yard. Like, so if say like what happened the other night, somebody walks in my backyard, it'll ding inside my house. I'm going to put one in the road where you come up to my house at the beginning. So if somebody drives through it, it'll ding inside my house. And I know somebody done hit the dirt road. And I'm going to put them in my yard hid. So if you walk through my yard, it's going to ding inside my house. So I know if anybody's in the backyard, out of my
Area
house.
51 shit there, Dolly.
I know. I didn't think I needed that until just the other day. And I was like, okay, yeah, you ain't going to be in my backyard without me knowing, like that the other night. And so I'm about to do that. Yeah, they sell them in the store. I seen them just the other day. I was like, oh, these are sensors. So like they're made for driveways. Like when somebody drives into your driveway, it's so it alerts you inside the house. So, but I'm going to do it as in if you walk past it, it'll alert you also, but I'm going to hide them.
Is it a beam or a motion sensor? I guess they're all beams. You break the beam and then
and then it goes off. It's exactly right. So I'm going to put them in places that until I get my fence up, and then I'm going to put a fence up, but I'm still going to have them. So there's a couple places I'm missing pieces of fence, and that's how the guy was able to walk up in my yard. And we're going to make sure that don't happen anymore. So I got to up my security because I noticed right then I was like, okay, there's some flaws in my security system. You know,
perimeter was a break.
Yeah, they broke my perimeter. So I'm going to make sure that don't happen anymore. If I had to get a fucking rock waller this summer and make sure you don't.
I live in a place where I don't even lock my door, right? It's just one of those kind of neighborhoods where everybody looks out for each other and you don't really have to.
I lock my door, but I really don't have to. Like I said, I got one neighbor. He's really cool. We're buddies. And there's neighbors down the street, but they're not like in proximity of me, so, but like I said, I'm in a little bit of a wooded area and you can creep up through the woods. But, you try to think about who would be in the fucking woods at the middle of the night. But like I said,
there's going to be a homeless camp up in there one day.
Well, I keep an eye out for stuff like that. I try to anyway, but we haven't had any problems like that. There's a slave graveyard behind me. Who the hell is going to camp out next to a graveyard? Yeah.
This is going to be going off for like poltergeist and shit.
Yeah, me and PJ have been looking at little pieces of land that we want to get, like in some country, just for a little place to put a trailer or something.
Yeah.
And we were looking at this place tonight at dinner, and she was like, well, there's this lot for sale. And I think it was like, I don't know if they went like $4,000, and it's in the country and it's undeveloped, but there's 2 graveyards on both sides of it. Right. And PJ goes, well, I don't know if I want to live next to a graveyard. I was like, we live next to a graveyard now. It ain't the dead people you got to worry about. It's the people that are alive that kill you. Who do you know that's been killed by a dead person?
I knew a guy who worked at the planning department, and he would look for lots that were landlocked, like there was no driveway to it. He'd buy them for cheap, undeveloped. Then he would tell the neighbors, I'm going to put a driveway through your property for an easement, right? Because you can't have a landlocked parcel. And then they would get all upset, and then they would buy his lot for like triple the price. So they wouldn't have to do the driveway.
Yeah,
right?
Because you can't deny somebody access to their property.
And this guy was making bank just because he had access to all them records.
Oh, that's smart. That is absolutely smart.
I think he eventually got fired because he was doing a little too many calculations in his head,
Yeah, you can't landlock something where people can't get to their property because you can't fly in by helicopter. So you have to give them access to your property so they could get to their property.
That means bulldozing through your property. So
that's like
it's a good strategy.
There's a piece of land that sits next to me that I don't own, and my underwater utilities run through it. So when this property was bought, they had to get permission from that owner to run utilities through the property. But what it does is now that our utilities are there, they can't build on the property.
Unless they reroute your utilities.
They can't do that. This was it's in the deed. They can't.
Is it an easement?
No, one, there ain't enough room to build a house there.
Oh, okay.
Right, you got to have so much room and so much distance from the neighbor's house, and there ain't enough there. Actually, what I use it for is my orchard. Because the people that own it they have no need for it. But they own it. There's a little piece that sits next to me, but I've upkept it for years. So it's basically
they would sell it.
Why buy it? I don't need to buy it.
You're already using it.
I already used it. I done got a whole orchard planted in it. All right. But I don't technically own it, but they don't maintain it. You know what I'm saying? I maintain it and keep it cut and everything. But yeah, we've had that piece of property for years because we have underground utility rights to it. So they can't build on top of our utilities. But like I said, there ain't really enough room to build anyway, unless they butt a house right up next to me. And they can't do that because you got to have so much setback. You got to have so much setback. And there's a law called encroachment where they're encroachment. Encroachment where they can't jam up on you like that. You know what I'm saying?
You probably didn't know I'm a real estate agent too.
Well, there you go. Then I mean, you would understand it. So
damn inventor, real estate
agent, and then I don't
everything.
Own the graveyard, right? But since the graveyard is there, contractors came in and tried to buy it. The city said since the graves were so old and belonged to slaves that they couldn't move them. And not only could they not move them, but they couldn't build on any of the property surrounding them. So
the graveyard.
I looked it up because I looked at the value of it to see what the property would cost, the whole property. And it's valued at $197,000 and it's owned by a lawyer. So but it was weird because at some point it belonged to the railroad and somehow this lawyer acquired it from the railroad. And
is the railroad closed?
The railroad's closed. It had old tracks, but they closed the railroad. And so the railroad don't run this way anymore. But somehow in that deed, he acquired it from the railroad and he's owned it for 40 years, but it's unused property, which I don't understand why you would, as an investor, like let's say you was to invest money, why would you want to have property that you can't use?
That would be silly.
Because you got to pay taxes on that property every year for property you don't even use.
Exactly.
Who takes care of the graveyard? Nobody takes care of the graveyard.
That's a shame. Somebody should.
The neighbor on the backside on the next road, he goes back there and he cuts stuff and keeps it cleaned up back there. But as far as the
gravestones out there?
Yes. There's a grave in my yard.
Is it like dates and stuff?
Yeah, these are slaves.
1700s, 1800s.
Yeah, you gotta remember we live in Virginia. There were slaves. This where I live. Where I live, they had slaves on this property that I live on now. There were slaves. My
relatives came over on one of them ships and lived in one of the first settlements.
And when the slaves died back then, they didn't give them like proper burials. They buried them right in the fucking yard.
Yeah.
So it's weird because I got a grave that sits right outside my studio window. I could throw a rock and hit it.
Ain't no ghosts or anything around there?
Yeah, there's ghosts. Why do you think I don't play with them spirit boxes and stuff in my house? Because I live so close to a grave.
Spirit box be jamming over there.
Yeah, it'd be going off. Like slaves would be breakdancing in the background. Yeah, I've seen stuff move in the house and stuff like that, but I don't mess with them and they don't mess with me. We leave it like that. So be respectful treat the dead good, and they'll treat you good.
Right.
All right, back on track. Went squirrel.
They're on at all times.
Oh yeah, those are on.
Oh, there's a light above the garage. It's on at all times.
There's 2. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well,
Those
what
lights
happened to the
were on.
pole?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because I heard you say earlier, Mr. Proudfoot, that your neighbors have been very, very forthcoming with their Ring camera info. And I was trying to determine if any lights were on, what, if anything, they may have caught. But I understand from your previous interviews that nothing of any evidentiary value was caught. And also, in another statement you gave, I understand that the video of the 2 flashlights, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that's not exactly what that was at all. We now don't believe that 2 flashlights were observed around your home. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're very correct.
Okay. Question regarding your vehicles. Ms. Proudfoot, what make and model do you drive?
I drive a Infinity SUV.
Year?
2017.
And sir, what do you drive?
I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
Man,
It's a 2021, I think.
He doesn't even know.
So your Infinity SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Ms. Proudfoot?
In the garage.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
About the make and model of the vehicle.
That's
We have a work
bullshit.
van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Come on, man.
Have you
Right.
asked?
No, ma'am, we have not.
Then how do
Nobody's
you know?
asked
So that
question,
was-
to be honest with you.
Okay. So you have a work van. Question to you, Ms. Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
I am an installation technician.
For what?
Security system.
That night,
She missed
with
that
the
one,
work
didn't she?
van blocking your driveway, could someone go in and out of your driveway?
The van is parked at the back of my driveway, so someone can pull in, yes.
Got it. Do you park your Infinity SUV in the garage or outside the garage?
In the garage.
In the garage. Do you have an automatic garage door?
With the clicker.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you leave that up or down at night?
Down.
Could anybody lift it up? Like, is there an on and off button outside, or do you have to know a code or have the clicker to open it?
You'd have to know the code or have the clicker.
Does Sebastian know the code?
Not to the garage door, but to the man doors.
Not to the garage door, but to the house doors?
The regular door, yes.
So is there a code to get in your home, or do you use a regular key?
There's a code.
So there's a code to the door, and they say the man door. So basically, that's the door that leads into the garage. He has the code to that.
You'd be a door from the garage to the house and one from the garage to the outside, in my opinion.
Well, I think he's, if he went out, whatever door he went out, like the back doors are sliding doors. So how would he lock the sliding door back? He couldn't. That door would have been unlocked. So they're alleging that he possibly went out the man door on the garage, which is the full-size door, not the door you pull your car in.
And he would have had to get out from the door from the garage to the outside.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're a couple super chats away from giving this hat away, and then we're going to draw numbers, okay, for this hat that I'm wearing. I'll sign it and ship it off to you when we hit that goal. But yeah, the whole thing about, you know, pulling the car in, and you know, this is the funny thing, Mab, is after this, she always would park the car in the driveway, right? So people would drive by, you know, just looking at the location and sleuthing, and every time they showed the house, her car would be in the driveway. But before this,
yeah, she never parked in the garage usually.
Yeah, she didn't usually park in the garage, but all of a sudden she did. And I think that's pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
And he knows that code.
Yes, ma'am.
Question. I'm just trying to figure out how he would have gotten out, or if somebody came into the home. Could they have gotten through the garage door? No, unless they know the code or had the clicker, which they did not. Do you lock your doors at night?
Yes, ma'am.
Could he have left on his own through those doors?
He could, yes, ma'am.
But I heard in another interview where Mr. Proudfoot said he was not a, quote, wanderer. He didn't wander around. He had never left the home before on his own. Is that right?
Correct. We haven't had issues with him running or...
What about the time that he was hiding under the neighbor's car? Y'all remember that?
He's a runner. He's a track star.
That he was like, you know, hiding under the neighbors. He liked to hide and stuff like that. And like, I don't know. I heard at one point they had to go get him from underneath the neighbor's car.
I thought Chris just took the pressure washer and like hit him with that. Get him
I
out.
think that might have just been playing though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
pressure washer. Maybe if you're far away, but you can get one of those.
Yeah, I know. You got to be careful. You'll cut somebody with it. It's bad. But far away, it'll just spray you with water, like a water hose. But close up, it'll cut the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Off in the past.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions regarding the doors. Do you have any home surveillance, anything at all that would have given us an idea or a clue if the door had been opened or not, or a window?
Not directly from our house.
Well, then from where?
That's what we were hoping, that neighborhood ring cameras and may have picked something up.
Gotcha. I want to go back to that night. You said you were up till midnight. You were reading something. What were you reading?
A chapter for school.
A chapter for school. Are you in school?
I was, yes, ma'am. I've since dropped my classes for the time.
She was in school at the time.
What was it for?
Line. School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Barbie.
It's interesting though that
thank you.
It takes exactly 3 hours and 37 minutes from door to door to where he was, and the phone call was probably around 3 hours and 37 minutes.
Yeah, almost the amount of time that they were on the phone. You know, some people think that too, that he left the phone and drove back and that's the alibi. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I don't know, but that's what a lot of people suggest, that he may have, you know, left the phone and drove there and helped dispose of Sebastian or whatever it may be. I mean, it's possible. I don't know if that happened, but I mean, you know, I wouldn't 100% rule it out because we don't know. And if we don't know, that makes anything possible.
That's right. You can't just disappear into thin air.
She dropped out. Why'd she drop out? It wasn't to go searching, right? It was a drop out so she could go live her best life, you know, Harley Davidson shopping And you seen how they were acting. I mean, it's their behavior. They haven't done anything far as prayer vigils
Leaving
or
the
anything.
home that early, leaving that place deserted. So if he came home, there wouldn't be anybody there.
I've got to do the water.
All right. Miss Mab's going to make some noise. I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
What are you studying?
Business administration.
Gotcha. Where do you go to school?
Thank you, Barb.
DeVry.
So that night you go to bed at midnight after you've been talking to Mr. Prophet on the phone. You put the dogs away in a cage, a crate inside the home, and you go to.
Yeah, we're two $5 super chats away from giving this hat away. Dolly Vision True Crime hat.
Bed. Did you check on Sebastian at that time?
I did not.
I've already written down the
Okay.
number.
Do you normally?
Not typically. Since he's gotten older, I've not been checking on him as frequently throughout the night because normally he's good to go in his room once he goes to bed.
Earlier, you had stated you heard a noise in his room before you went to bed. What time was that?
Around 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. What did it sound like?
Just a thud.
A thud. You stated that you said, look, I don't care what you're doing in there. Go to bed. Is that right?
I was on the couch, which is near his room, and I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? And he said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, whatever you're doing in there, knock it off and go to sleep.
So you heard his voice at 10 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea what the sound?
Hey, if you want to talk to me in private, you need to send me a message at Jimmy Jams, JIMMYJAMZ, like as in Zorro, 757 at gmail.com. Jimmy Jams 757 at gmail.com. And if it's something to do with Sebastian, or you can text me at the call-in number, and the call-in number 757 797 6694. Okay. I need that hat. Okay. Jessica, all right, we reached our mark on that. Yeah, Jessica. That's a crazy way to spell it though. All right, now listen, we'll take a second real fast. I'm gonna give this hat away to one of you guys, and this is how we'll do it tonight. We're gonna pick numbers. PJ, can you put slow-mo on? Okay, 3 minutes. Don't start calling out numbers yet. We're gonna pick from 0. And now listen, it's the first time I see it. From 0 to 150. Okay, 0 to 150. The first time I see it will be our winner. You can go now. Okay, go now. The number's in my hand. All right.
I could just say numbers and I might win.
I said the 150. Somebody said 155 was the first
1,
number.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
You can't because you're on the chat, man.
77.
I could count from 1 to 150 in a short amount of time.
All right, hold
What'd you
on.
say?
77.
77, Miss Mab says.
Nope, not 77.
I see 77. Lisa Woolston. Wooten.
What does the winner get?
A signed hat. Summerwells, I think.
No, it's a Dolly Vision hat.
Dolly Vision hat.
It's the one I'm wearing.
With Dolly's signature and slobber on
Yeah.
it.
My dandruff.
DNA.
Crabs and shit.
Head lice. It goes away.
Oh.
Nah, I've been using Selsun Blue for my dry scalp, so y'all good to go. 41. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to find the number.
44?
Yeah.
44.
I'm just reading them out loud. Let's see. I haven't seen it yet.
80, 147, 23, 77, 15, 136.
16.
Okay. You got to be quiet, man. You're throwing me off.
All right.
I'm looking for a number. I'm trying to remember the number in my head. And you're sitting there screaming numbers. I'll miss it.
Mrs. Mab wants to get in on it.
Oh.
Yeah, go to the chat.
All right. Still looking. I can't believe nobody's hit it yet.
You have to get it exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get it exactly.
No, it's just one number off. Okay, you win.
Yeah. Right here, we got a winner. Red Bull
41.
Girl. Red Bull Girl.
We were only 3 off.
You were close, right? Let me show you guys so you know I ain't cheat you.
41.
41. All right.
There it is.
So Red Bull Girl, this is how you claim your hat. You got to send an email to bestsoapinthegame@gmail.com. Be like, hey, this is Red Bull Girl. Send us your address. Say, I won the Dolly Vision True Crime hat, the one that I'm wearing right now, and the black and white one. Tell us your address and that you was number 41 and how to send it to you. Okay. And be patient. You'll probably get it sometime after Christmas because it's the holidays, but it will be on the way to you. And thank you for being here with us. And thank you for taking part. All right.
He's going to be busy working on my belt.
Yeah, I haven't ordered your belt yet, but I will get to that. I'll probably do it sometime. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to do yours and Miss Ann's at the same time.
All right.
Because I'm sending Miss Ann a belt just for being.
I was going to give mine to her, and then you said you were going to give her one, and I'm like, yeah, keep.
You was going to give you a belt to Miss Ann?
I was.
Oh, well, that'd be nice of you. You still want to give it to her?
Huh?
You can save me $200. You want to give it to her? Okay, I didn't think you did.
No, when you said you were going to give her one too, I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a plaque and Miss Ann a belt. I don't know. I'm gonna design them probably sometime this week. You may get it. They actually ship pretty fast. You may get it before Christmas. So
I ain't no big hurry.
Yeah, but you'll definitely get it before, I would say, the 15th of January. So within the next 30 days, you'll have the belt.
I whooped all 40 of them channels.
You whipped them. You did it, Map. Winner, chicken dinner. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back into this interview.
It actually was.
I do not know.
If he were to go out his window, what would he step on?
Mulch and bushes.
Did you say mulch or mush?
Mulch.
Mulch.
Mulch. Okay. Got it. Has he ever gone out the window before?
No, ma'am.
Is his room on the front of the house or the back of the house?
Front.
Front. Do any of your neighbors' ring cams point toward your house? Could they pick that up?
Yes.
They do, but it's so dark that they can only see it. After it gets so dark at night, they can only see certain things where there's light.
Yeah, more people can be on StreamYard than just Mab. Here's the link. I'll post it.
Yeah.
Anybody can come up. I mean, that's why we do the open panel. So here's the link for any of my mods. Copy that. I didn't have it pinned tonight like I usually do, but there's the link to get in. All right. Where was I at? Right here.
I thought there were the two lights on.
On the opposite side of the house.
Okay. Can we talk about Sebastian's shoes? Why are you convinced Sebastian left without shoes on? Or are you?
Well, the reason that came about is because all of his shoes are accounted for inside the house still.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
How do you know what clothes he was wearing?
The clothes that we described are the ones I saw him in when he went to bed.
That morning, you woke up at 6 o'clock. Is that the normal time you wake up?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a heavy sleeper?
Off and on.
Do you take any medication at night that would make you sleep?
No, ma'am.
You give Sebastian anything?
I did not, no.
So we know he is alive and well at 10 p.m. At 6 a.m. He's gone. You say he's never left before. Is that right?
Correct. He's never run off before.
And
Crystal, they have a front door light. They have front door. Not only that, they have floodlights in the front. They're just saying that they wasn't on that night. The night that I went by their home, because I wanted to see what it looked like at night, all the floodlights were on. Katie was gone. She had already took off to Mississippi. So I drove by there and all the floodlights were on, except for the corner one. Okay, we got Shauna backstage. You can cut off your camera now, Shauna. I see you. Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Sorry, now I have to figure out how to stop the video. Okay, shoot.
Okay.
I've never done this before. How do I mute my video?
You're good right now.
Yeah, I don't hear it in the background, so.
Oh, you don't? Okay, because I hear the video and it's lagging.
Oh, I don't know how to tell you. Are you on your phone?
Yes, I'm on my phone.
I would say I suggest, like, I don't know. You got two windows open. You have one open to YouTube and you have one open to StreamYard now. So I would close the YouTube one and just listen to the StreamYard one.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Was that you at the door or is that Mab?
No, that's her.
Wait, I'm sorry. The door? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you need to oil that thing. You need some WD-40 on that bitch.
I know. My building that I work out of is 125 years old. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Good Lord.
I didn't mean to interrupt what you were playing. I can wait to give my thoughts.
No, you give your thoughts now since you're here.
Is this Shauna?
Tony,
well, hey,
can you show yourself real quick, Tony? Okay, that's good. Now cut your camera off. What's up,
okay.
Tony?
I thought you were talking about Jesus. Okay,
No,
sorry.
I was wondering if you were nice.
Sort of like said for me to come up and she'd come up, so I figured I would.
All right,
Hey,
go
Tony.
ahead. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, Shauna. Give us your thoughts.
Hey, well, as you know,
As I know, you're mute. As you know,
I don't know how to work stream, y'all.
no. Can you hear me okay? I'm so sorry. I've never done this before.
yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I just, as excuse me, as you know, Dolly and Mab, I'm pretty local to this case, and I'm okay. This whole yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, like this is all listen. I mean, Dolly, you've been out here searching. I've been to every prayer vigil, every ride. People locally have looked for this boy more than those of you that come in to do it can. But the discrepancies between their stories and how the Proudfoots just kind of stepped back and disappeared and I'll tell you what, and I'm not ashamed to say it, you can cut this out of your show if you want, but I have seen, I call him Mr. Chrissy Pussy, but I'll go toe to toe with that SOB any day. He is a turd bag. He speaks so derogatory. I've seen it in person. This crap with Katie, yes, ma'am. And notice their little like every time they talk. Tell me, besides Miss Nancy Grace or Auntie Nancy, who else have they spoke like this to?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Dixie,
like
Eva.
on the show.
What was that, Mab?
They're like robots on this show.
Yeah. No, and he's never spoken so, oh, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Listen, that's a Southern thing. Dolly, you're from the South. That's what we do. That's just how we speak. But you know what? My kid's freaking missing. I'm screaming from the rooftops like we've all said, and I'm definitely not getting stupid and making fun. I mean, it's been suspect from day one. You know, Dolly, where I disagree with you is that I don't think this boy is in heaven. I think he's still on this earth, and the lack of law enforcement putting out updates, even locally, when you go to Hendersonville to the sheriff's department, it's like, oh God, we're asking about frickin' the mafia or something.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, Shauna.
Yeah,
Short legs,
absolutely.
You can turn your camera off now. Turn your camera off. I'll bring you up.
Putting the band back together.
Putting the band back together. All right.
Well, minus me. I could be the drummer.
All right.
There you go.
Well, anyway, you know, tell me why, like, everybody around here is shushed or quieted down when we bring it up, and almost, I'll just say, allegedly threatened by whoever to keep it quiet. I mean,
it's amazing to me how many searchers were followed by people in the beginning, right, Dolly?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still that way.
I had somebody following me in the very beginning of this, and I think that person was one of the Proudfoot family members, but I'm not positive. So,
Dolly, I can guarantee just allegedly that it was. From what I've heard.
Proudfoot's family members be following searchers at all for any reason?
Well, I mean, I think they look at me more as a YouTuber than a searcher, but yeah, they were definitely following me around.
But wouldn't you want a YouTuber? Because I'm not a YouTuber. Wouldn't you want that to be put out there to thousands of people?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would, if something was going on with my family or anything like that, yeah, I would want it out there as many people as possible. Yes.
You know, Dolly, I started following you when you came here. I'd not known who you were until I saw you here, not searching, but we were in the parking lot stupidly trying to, by we, I say me and many others that were local, we were in the parking lot where another YouTuber got pulled over and whatnot. I didn't know him at the time either.
That time that JLR and the
yeah, I know. Just sometimes
he was out there.
Yes, that's the name of them. Yeah, and we were all disgusted by their behavior because we all showed up, and it was like a freaking. It wasn't like a search. It just was weird. But one of my friends said, "Hey, you gotta go and look at this guy. His name's Dolly Vision. He's on YouTube, and he's like over there by JLR." And I'm like, well, I don't, they're like, no, look and see what's going on, because they've got him pulled over. And so I wasn't even paying attention. We were just trying to get a search together. And so that's how I learned about you, Dolly. And I've been following you ever since.
That's when the Raging Cajuns was making threats towards me and JLR, and they called the police on JLR.
Oh, and y'all weren't the only ones. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just YouTubers. It was, I mean, I don't know about threats, but it was more like a boot camp than it was a search. And it was very.
They didn't want anybody getting in the way.
Yeah. 100%.
It's all about getting money.
Yeah, they didn't. They got exposed, and then they said they left because of threats. They left because they wasn't doing nothing, and the cameras were on them.
Did they have that airboat out there?
So sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to mute this so I'm not coughing.
Did they have that airboat?
Yeah, that's really odd what happened. I think that the people should have been allowed to stay in their own group and continue doing their own search. I can't understand why that they had to break up and leave when this other group came. I mean, if the other group didn't want them joining up with them, their team, then they shouldn't have stopped the other team from searching.
I
First
agree
off,
with you,
she might
short
spend
legs.
more in tame.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Crap. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's okay,
Oh,
Donna.
no. I'm sorry. I know it's.
You're
I think
very
it's
loud.
lagging a little. Oh, am I loud? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm turning her mic down now. That's what I was doing.
Okay, thanks.
My
Sometimes I'm very
headphones.
loud.
I apologize.
I know. I turned your
I
mic down.
apologize.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. I don't feel so bad then, but okay. A lot of us, and I'm just saying not my group, but a group of us showed up, and then it seemed very much like team here, team there. You gotta, you can't search, but there was no restrictions on who could search. And a lot of locals, and that was my first day going out to search, but a lot of locals had been searching around the property and everything, because that's just kind of what we do here. It's, like when Riley Strain went missing, there was none of that. We all went and searched for him. And actually, to be honest, one of my family members was on the barge, and he was one of the people that found Riley. And it wasn't controlled. And that's like, to me, if you're missing a child, you're telling everybody or whatever these organized groups are, like the Cajuns or whatever. Like, no, I want my kids searched for, or my family members searched for. Let them search. And I'm going to lead that search. As a mother, a family member, whatever, I'm definitely not going to take off to Memphis, and I'm not going to, I don't even want to get into the GoFundMe because I don't care about that, but it's
That
all been
was so
very
shocking, and yet they say they found a lot of bodies there where they
Oh,
found Riley.
sadly. Well, and guess what? We didn't even know that until around that time.
Right.
And
nobody knew what was going on until
Mhm.
Riley, until a
Yeah.
college student
Don't
went
get me
missing.
started on Riley Strain. I still think there was some hanky-panky going on
I
there.
agree, Mab. We'll have to talk about that. I agree with you 1,000%.
I don't know. That kid
The
was
second
hammered.
autopsy revealed HGB in his system.
It did. Yep. And well, maybe I'll just be quiet about what I do know about that, but it's not, there's a few things that I'd have to say about that. One is,
I couldn't understand how he took that type of fall he took and was able to get up and keep walking.
Yeah, when he headbutted that sign when he fell.
He had to
Yeah.
really be on something like
And he
where
poked
he
up when he
wasn't
was-
feeling
yeah.
any pain at all.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
and
he was tore up from the floor up. Well, the problem is this: them bars shouldn't have never let him get that drunk. He should have been cut off. But
he
far as
should have
having,
not been
we're not-
escorted out and let
we're
go
not-
by that security guard.
We're not going to name the drugs that he was in his system
Right.
because we don't want to name drugs here on YouTube. But
Right.
here's the thing: a lot of college age people, they take those drugs willingly. So we don't know if he was dabbling in drugs and drinking, or if that was slipped into his drink. But either way, I don't think nobody threw him in the river. He was terribly drunk. And if you look at the location where he fell in, if he'd been over that little rail to puke and he slipped, he would have rolled right into the water. So I mean, the tragic is this: the bars that served him that should have been held responsible for him being that drunk.
Yeah, but he was tore up before he got to the bar because he only had one drink and a couple of waters.
But did you see his tox level from alcohol? It wasn't that bad. I've got, and I don't want to sound like, oh, I know everything, but I know people that are involved in this case, and in my opinion, he was rugged. He was rugged. He never, in that bar at Loot or whatever.
Yeah, but let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. Do you think people are just giving that stuff away? What reason would they had to put something in his drink? People just don't give that type of stuff away. People sell that type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about selling it, but I know there's been a lot of instances over the past couple of years here in Nashville where that stuff has been slipped, and it's not
Well, they're
the
setting
bar.
them up to be robbed, Dolly.
Yeah, but nobody robbed them.
It's the smiley face, is what I think.
It is not the smiley face.
I'm telling you, not only that, not only that. That's just my opinion. I don't know that for a fact. That's speculation, but it's all too coincidental. I do believe for 1,000% that he was somehow, some way rugged with this stuff. And the bottom line is, yes, should he have been escorted out? That's kind of what they do. But the rules downtown are that you do not just let them go on the street if they are that messed up. You get them an Uber, a cab. If their friends aren't coming out with them, you don't just leave them on the street.
Yeah, but fraternity. I mean, I've been down in Nashville drinking right there in Music Road. Ain't nobody give a shit. They took my ID.
It's gotten bad, Dolly.
They threw it into the street. I left my ID in the bar, and if it wasn't for this drummer sitting in a window, right, I went back to look for it because
I know who that was, by the way. Yeah, yep.
And
it was by Roberts, I believe, from what I understand.
But anyway, I was walking down the damn street, and I went to go in this bar, and there's a dude sitting there, and they were like, he's like, the bar is closed. I was like, damn, man, I think I left my ID in here. He goes, well, I just seen them throw something into the street.
Yeah, they used to do that. Yeah.
I walked into the middle of the street, into the crossing walk, and there was my ID because I couldn't fly home without it. Right. So when I picked it up, I was so thankful. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, at the end of the night, they just take your ID and IDs or anything that's left in the bar. And they
don't do that anymore, but yeah. They don't do that anymore. And that was never a huge practice. But
okay, hold on. We got Tiffany in the back. Tiffany, you can go to your thumbnail now if you want.
I'm gonna have to start running interference. We got this many people.
Hey, I was gonna ask.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, it's me, Tiffany from Georgia.
Hey, Tiffany.
Can I ask a couple of questions real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I am so glad somebody from the area. Dolly, I hope it's okay for me to ask these questions, but I'm glad there's somebody from the area. So you know from the beginning how I feel. I feel like the landfill fire close to first generation construction company has something to do with the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. I have been 10 toes on the hill with that from day one. My question is, how much, with you being in the area, how much do they control the land and the sales and the estate in that area?
Are you talking to me?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what, Miss Tiffany, I really will be honest, I'm not super sure on that.
Is that something that you can look into since you're close to that area? I want to know how much building, how much stuff that they own, and how much leverage that construction company owns in that area, because this sounds like some good boy backwood stuff where somebody's shaking somebody's hand.
I would have to agree with you there. I do know that they're very prominent and they own a lot, but I don't know numbers.
So do you know anything about that landfill? Did you ever look into that landfill fire? Because it was like a week or so after Sebastian come up missing.
Well, I thought it was a dumpster fire, like this little pen that I'm holding right here.
No, they shut it. They shut that down. Yeah, like they like, you couldn't get even close to there. Oh, I wouldn't, I would not doubt in any way, shape, or form, because Dolly, the last time you were here was 2 years. Well, here in
no,
Sebastian.
I came back. I was there.
Didn't they found a homeless man who had fallen asleep in a dumpster and ended up there, and they were burning off that dumpster. Maybe they were looking for Sebastian, and they found someone else in there.
Okay, I have one.
You came back a year ago, right?
I was down there this year because that's when I found a homeless encampment. It looked like somebody was sleeping in the woods.
So have you been by there, Dolly? Have you been by the construction business that's
it's all
owned by
changed
the
a lot too?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's
Dolly
changed.
behind. Okay, so the the first generation construction company. Okay, so if you look behind there, if you go onto Google Maps, there is some type of park that is behind there.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And it has a boat dock, and it also has campers where you can
Mm-hmm.
camp.
Mm-hmm.
But where does that boat dock lead to? What water is that? Is that the same river like they found Riley Strain in? Is that
I'm
attached?
not sure.
I believe it's Old Hickory Lake, and then it goes into another. I believe, if I am correct in what you're talking about, it's Old Hickory. But the other body of water.
I think it's a separate river there.
I thought it was
So then it does
River.
everything goes into the Cumberland around here. Everything.
Okay, so my question is if they, allegedly, we're doing allegedly, say they brought
Absolutely.
him there, say that they swapped him out because Kathy and Katie both had the same looking vehicle at that time.
Absolutely. Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
What if they swapped vehicles?
Ah,
Okay.
that's so funny you say that.
And what if she took him back to that construction company? Okay. And then what if they disposed of him through that lake over there? Where does that feed into? That's what
The
I'm wanting to know.
Cumberland. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's what I'm
what
wanting
would
to know.
the fire been? I thought you saying in the fire, like they put his body in the fire and burn him.
That's what I thought at first. Yeah.
Well, I'm on that or getting rid of evidence. Because there was a mattress that was supposedly by the neighbor that was in the garage.
Yes.
Okay.
But they had got for Faith is what they said. They got that mattress for Faith's room.
Yeah, but didn't that disappear?
It did disappear.
Yeah.
According to what we were told, it disappeared. Now, there's been so much mud in the water, so I don't know. But
I do know they charge $30 at the
Yeah.
landfill for box springs or mattresses. So you'd think there'd be record of that if they did take it to the landfill.
Right. I mean, just don't let the dog out. I'm sorry. We lost our dog. We had a little chihuahua. We had
Oh,
her.
God.
We had him for 20 years, and we went to. He passed
Damn.
away a couple of months ago. And
Oh, I just lost
we
mine last week. I'm so sorry to hear that.
We went to the shelter, and I brought home a dog yesterday, and it is
good for you.
She is perfect. She is.
What kind of dog is
She is a lab mixed with a wiener dog.
Hey, way to rescue. That's
Wiener
amazing
lab.
that you rescued. We
She
just
went out
lost
with
our
my chickens
13-year-old.
today. She's been out with my chickens the last 2 days, and she's helped me get my chickens in. I have 58 chickens. It's crazy. But anyway,
Rescue
I'm
dogs are
going
the
squirrel
best, yeah.
too over here. But
We're all squirrels, and I love it.
but no, there's just, to me, my gut is because, okay, Dolly, at the beginning of this, there's some serious questions that I have that, okay, so she went to BJ's. She went, according to what we were told, she went twice. What did she buy? Did she stock that camper because they knew they were leaving?
I wonder.
Because they stayed in that camper. Like,
Why isn't that released, though? Why haven't those videos been released? Yeah.
Because
I've heard things, but I don't know for fact.
They Joe dirted that boy. They left.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They stayed in that camper. But she sure was going to where. That's what my husband and I do when we go camping. We go to the big club stores. We stock up so we don't have to go anywhere. And it sure is funny. That's where she was going. Got all this stuff. Where was the receipt? What all did she get? Because
and
they
how
didn't leave
often
that
did they go
campground.
there? Right. Yeah. How often did they go there? And how much did they spend when they went there? And what
From my
did they stock up on?
understanding, she had went the day before that too to BJ.
Exactly.
Yes.
Dolly. Yep.
So why would you have to go twice? But then again, I go to Walmart almost daily for shit. I don't.
Yeah, but the word around town, we'll just say that, is that they or she or he or whoever, that's not a typical thing they do on a regular basis. But why aren't those receipts being released? Why is Ellie so hush hush?
That's my question.
Anything you try to say, you got people outside this state
Because I think they got some friends in the police department, me myself. That's just
Thank
my
you, Dolly.
thought.
Me too. Because I live out here
They
in
do.
Georgia, and you
They do.
know how these backwood.
The old boys network.
Yeah. And it's a little bit, and it's been that way over in that county, in that city for a long time. And it's that way in my own little tiny county right outside of that county. And I'm a local business owner, and I'm dealing with some stuff with a neighbor that bought a business close to my business who's from Arizona. And it's been a whole shit show because she's claiming it's small town stuff, and I've done nothing wrong, and I know that for a fact, but there is a lot of that goes on. I'm sure this is not the only area, many other areas, but there's just something that's not only with law enforcement, with the parents, with the family. It's just, why do you think everybody that was
I think
bringing
that they were all
recognition is
closely
pulled out?
watched afterwards.
My question is, you work for a daggum security system, and you don't have a security.
Yes, thank you.
You don't have
Amen.
nothing. You don't
And
have
the
she
nothing.
did.
criminal usually returns to the crime, the scene of the crime. And I'm wondering if, they watched them closely to see where they went after Sebastian disappeared.
In my opinion, I don't think they were watching them closely. I don't think they ever have been.
Yeah, and
In my opinion.
unfortunately, I'm with Dolly. I'm sorry, I'm with Dolly. I just at the beginning, because we went up to
Because
we
if
went up to
they're guilty, they're
Tennessee,
definitely
and
returning to wherever they placed him.
And they're not watching them, though. In my opinion, allegedly, they're not watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
I don't know.
We don't even. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, if I was them, I can't speak for the police, but they should have been at least tapping their phones to see what they're talking about, to try to
100%.
dig up any information in this case. And I don't know, it's just odd that this kid was capable of cooking his own food and taking care of himself, but he wasn't smart enough to put his shoes and jacket on, and now he just vanishes. And when they come out and talk about him, they talk about him like he's super low on the spectrum, but come to find out he's highly functional. It just don't make a lot of sense, and
especially when all the teachers that started to speak out about his functionality stopped talking. I think he was made to look that way by his stepfather.
Too.
No, the school
everybody
system
has
failed
stopped.
him. The school system failed him because
So did
everybody failed him.
CPS.
CPS failed him. The school system failed him because why didn't they? If Seth had 50% custody of this boy, why wasn't he ever told what was going on with him? When CPS came out, why wasn't Seth told what was going on with him? He was failed from every aspect of this entire, from the government all the way down.
I agree.
Absolutely. Like many.
And when he come up missing, why wasn't that house shut down? Why was there people able to come in and out of that house?
Absolutely.
It was failed from the beginning all the way until he was missing. They
From
treated,
CPS, yeah.
But even law enforcement,
yeah.
they should have closed that thing down, and nobody should have been able to leave town and go anywhere until until questions were answered and this boy was found. At the end of the day, when you have that many CPS reports on you, allegedly, one's enough. You don't need more.
That's not alleged. That's in the reports. But yes, I hear you.
But how many times we don't know? And like Dolly's asked from day one, what does Dolly ask? What's in the CPS reports?
Yeah, that should be.
Talk about that.
No.
Yeah, they won't say that. They get mad when you ask about the CPS reports.
Oh, they sure do.
And
not just the parents,
out of that home. If
I like to know what he accused Chris of, and I think it's like putting his hands on him physically.
I've heard through like rumors, so I won't share it, but I'm not the only one. But a lot of people have heard certain things. And it's more of the physical type thing.
He wasn't wetting the bed at his father's house, but he was wetting the bed at his mother's house. That was very odd.
That
Well,
was
no,
Good
he.
it.
sign.
Hold
He
on one second,
wasn't
guys. One at a
comfortable.
time. One at a time.
All
But
right,
he
you
was.
guys, one at a time.
Yeah, don't make
do
that.
it.
He
Sorry,
was
Mom.
wetting the bed at Seth's house too, just not as much because there was times Seth said he had to make him go change his sheets and stuff like that. So he had wet the bed at Seth's house too, but we don't know if that's from like having nightmares of what happened to him at the other house. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
he wet the bed at both places. Seth just didn't make him wear diapers because he wasn't as bad as Seth's house, but he did have a problem with wetting the bed at both places.
But he also
It
wasn't
just
doing
seems so
that
highly
earlier
functional
on.
to me that just was wild to think of him as wearing diapers and he's like a chess player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing chess, a strategy game where you got to think 3 steps ahead of everybody, but yet he's not
Exactly.
smart enough to put his shoes on. That don't make any sense.
No damn.
Well, they'll also wet the bed too. Like night terrors will do that. Like
That's what I'm thinking.
because I don't want to put it out there, but we had an issue with that with one of my kids growing up.
Mhm.
They had night terrors, and I don't know why, but they did, and they had issues, and I put them through therapy and stuff like that, and finally got down to the root of it. It was basically off the video games. The
I don't
video
know.
games.
I don't usually have nightmares. I had a pretty bad nightmare the other night. Or I actually woke up scared.
What happened?
I went back
Is
to
that when
sleep.
you smoking?
No, I woke up
No, I
scared.
mean, is that whenever you woke up and you thought you was smoking?
No, this was like more of a horror dream,
Oh.
like people trying to kill you kind of
Well,
dream.
you
You
were
know what I'm saying?
watching too many horror movies.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't usually dream horror dreams. I don't usually have bad dreams. And just the other night I did. I actually literally woke up like kind of panicky and like scared.
Tell us about it. What happened?
I can't really remember the dream. I just know I woke up scared. Like kind of like, oh shit. And then I'm telling myself, oh, it was just a dream. It's just a dream, right? But when I woke up, I was glad to be awake. Like,
Yeah.
Like it was, I know it was because I usually don't wake up from a good dream, or I'll wake up usually in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom because I drink a lot of soda. But yeah, I had a nightmare. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the nightmare was about, but I just know I woke up scared and kind of panicky. And then I realized, hey, I was just dreaming. And because they got me on these medicines and some of them make my dreams real vivid.
Right.
So it's like when I used to smoke back in the day, I didn't dream at all. I just sleep like a brick. Like my mind shut off. But once I quit, and then I don't know if it's from me quitting or the medications, but I started dreaming like really, really like crazy dreams. And I told my heart doctor, and the heart doctor said, well, look, we want you to get used, if it's not something you can deal with, we want you to deal with it because we don't want to keep switching the medicines around right now. And then I kind of got
like
used.
You should only be on a blood thinner. What else would you need?
I take a few different things. I don't want to go into naming medicines here, but they got me on a few different things for like cholesterol, blood thinners, high blood pressure. So I'm on a bunch of different stuff. And some of the side effects we looked up is bad dreams on one of them. And the doctor knew what medicine was. He said what was giving me the dreams. He was like, but if you can deal with it, I want you
You
to
better stop that medicine or change
No,
it.
because the medicine's working. The medicine's working because my blood pressure's down. Everything's good. But the only side effect is the bad dreams. Now, do you want to be healthy and have vivid dreams, or do you want to be, you don't want to, it's kind of, I had to make a little sacrifice, is what the doctor was saying. He's like, well, if you can deal with the dreams, then deal with the dreams because the medicine's helping. And we want, you to continue to push your levels down and get you back into a safe zone, with everything. So, but it just, nightmares come. It's just, everybody has them. It's just that,
sometimes I'll dream and then I'll be actually talking to somebody in my dream. And when I talk, it wakes me up and I'm saying like my daughter's name, I was saying, "Hey, Laura," and I'll talk and it'll wake me up because the talking will wake me up because I'm actually talking in the dream.
Yeah.
Because then you hear yourself and you're like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Do you take that pill before you go to bed? Maybe if you took it in the morning, you wouldn't.
That's what I've started to do. I'm taking them in the morning.
Dolly, I'd be curious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'd
Did
be
you
curious
have
to
that
know.
dream?
Oh, crap. Sorry. No,
Sorry.
sorry. Nope. Sorry.
I was just
Right,
wondering if
who's
he had
going,
that dream
Tiffany?
after he saw that kid. I mean, saw that guy going through the backyard. I'm wondering if it triggered something.
I can barely hear.
No, it was a different day. It was a different day. But like I said, usually I would say 95% of my dreams are usually decent dreams that I don't remember when I wake up. So I know they're not nothing too bad. It just I usually don't wake up panicky and like scared like that. So, but I mean, when I was a kid, I used to have real bad nightmares, but as I got older, I did, nothing really scares me. So,
Dolly, I'd be curious to know if you and I we're the same age, and I am now on high blood pressure meds as well, a couple of different ones. I'd be curious to know if we're on the same ones because I've had the same thing happening lately. Yeah.
I don't know. But look, guys, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up because I've been here almost 3 hours. It's almost 12:30 is my bedtime because I've been going to bed like a normal person here lately. And this is the latest I've been on in a while. So everybody's asking what happened to late night Dolly. Well, Dolly's been trying to keep his sleep schedule because when my sleep schedule's off, I don't get anything done. Lately, I've been getting a lot done going to bed at around 10 o'clock. But I'm up a couple hours past what I usually am. So I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for coming up and discussing this with me. I didn't get into all the other stuff I wanted to get into tonight, but there's always tomorrow. All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks for letting me up, Dolly.
Good night,
Not a problem, guys.
Good night, Shauna, Tiger.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, you guys. All right. Love you, Turtle Gang.
All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll do some more open panel, late night panels like this where you guys can come up and kick it, discuss the cases with me. I do want to mention a few things before I get out of here though. We do have our Christmas wish campaign going on. So if you're a family in need, you need to send me an email at pj22@gmail.com. That's what goes to PJ actually. And give me a little write-up of why you're struggling, a picture of your kid, and their Amazon wish list if you're a family that's in need. Okay, that's what we do. We buy a few families Christmas every year. And if you want to donate to that cause, we have a Give, Send, Go that you can donate on. Also, I don't think PJ ever took the soap off sale. I think everything's still half off when you use promo code Dolly Rocks. Okay, so I think the day will be the last day. Does the soap sale end tonight? Well, PJ's in bed, so I don't think she ended it. So it's still going. Also, you'll get one of these free Justice for Summer Wells banner bracelets that I'm wearing with every order. Okay, so if you order something, even the stuff that's half off, we're throwing in a couple with all the orders because we got 700 of them. Okay, we tried to order 100 and we actually ordered 700. So we got 700 Summer Wells bracelets. So anything that gets sold, we're throwing them in with it free. So, and like I said, our soap is the cheapest it'll be all year because we only usually do a sale at Christmas time. So get your Dolly soap in. We're probably going to sell out of everything between now and Christmas. And I'm not restocking until after Christmas. So make sure you get your orders in, buydollysoap.com. And of course, I think we have a couple more of the Summer Wells hats for the boxes, for mystery boxes. I'm throwing those hats, the Justice for Summer Wells hats, into those mystery boxes for free. So the next couple mystery boxes that get sold, I think I just have a few more left, we'll get those hats. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. And just remember, if nobody else does, Dolly loves you guys. Peace.